Hello everyone, welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're going to be playing some Marvel Champions. It's been a while since we played this game on the channel, that's for sure. I haven't played it, some solo playthroughs I did back with the Rise of the Red Skull, and that was like 8 months ago I checked. And Mel hasn't been on a stream playing this game. Probably hasn't played it since that stream until this week.
Yeah.
And that was like a year and 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So we've obviously taken a break from the game, whether intended or not. But we're back with some Marvel Champions. We had the itch. We got the itch again to play some Marvel Champions. Hello, everyone joining us live.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, we're going to play Marvel Champions, a card game, which is a living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. For those who don't know, in this hobby, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's like ads are popping up all the time on BGG every time I go on there, it feels like.
For this game?
Yeah. Asmodee's doing a pretty good job of promoting it, at least within the hobby. It's like they advertise in magazines and stuff too, so I've heard. But it's Marvel, right? So as long as you're like,
Yep.
Everyone's talking about Marvel all the time. And they have like 65 Marvel movies coming in every month. I don't know, but anyways, yeah. So the story here, So obviously you get the idea that we haven't played in a while. We did pull it out yesterday. Learn the game again, start playing it yesterday. Our plan was, here was our plan. Our plan was originally, we were trying to figure out what game we should play this week, Mel and I on Saturday. And we were looking at the pile. 2 weeks ago, we got the itch, and Mel says, you know what? Marvel Champions we hadn't played in a while. I want to play it again. I'm having so much fun playing Arkham Horror, the living card game on the channel all the time. I think we would have some fun playing that game still.
And I was also looking at the packs that were sitting there that we hadn't played.
Well, we didn't have all the packs.
Right.
We stopped buying it like the Wasp, and I think I bought like Rise of Red Skull, and then that was like it. I stopped because I was realizing here's what happened. I came back to Marvel Champions after like a few months off, and I played Rise of the Red Skull, and that was my like, all right, I've been waiting for this campaign expansion. It finally came. I played Rise of the Red Skull, and I was thinking like, man, this campaign's gonna be so cool. And I never played Arkham Horror LCG at that point. But I played lots of campaign games. You guys know on the channel we played tons of legacy games, campaign games. It's our thing. We do it all the time. And then when I got Rise of the Red Skull, and I was so excited to see what Fantasy Flight Games had come up with the campaign system for this new LCG that was selling like hotcakes. Everything they learned from Lord of the Rings campaigns, from Arkham Horror campaigns, all their other games, Descent, everything, right? What's the other one? The other Star Wars Descent, like all these games that have good campaigns. You figure like they know what they're doing. Well, I guess Descent I don't think really has much of a campaign, but you get what I'm saying, okay? And from other games that are out and hot, right? All the publishers learn from each other. But when I played Rise of the Red Skull expansion box, I was so disappointed, like so disappointed that I just didn't care to play Marvel Champions anymore. It just bummed me out. I was so excited to get back to the table, play that, and I was like, yep, this was nothing special. Nice try. You took like 8 steps backwards, Fantasy Flight Games. So I just said, like I'm good. And then we got into Arkham Horror a few months later, and
that scratched the itch for sure.
Yeah, that definitely scratched the itch. You guys are right. A lot of people are saying during the Marvel streams, Rob, you'd really like Arkham. Why do you keep skipping it? People have been saying that for years. We started playing Arkham LCG. We've been playing it on the channel. We're going through blind playthroughs of that game. If you're interested, check out the playlist section. But yeah, we're just itching some Marvel Champions. We knew another campaign box had come out. I already had it. I got it as soon as it came out because I was like, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, which are cool based on the movies I've seen. I've not really read their comics or anything, so I was excited to play the Galaxy's Most Wanted. Imperial Assault is what Star Wars Descent is. Thank you, Shane. I can never remember the name of it because it's a generic name, like Imperial Assault. Like Fantasy Flight has like, what, 78 different Star Wars games? Well, I guess they don't have them all anymore, but like Star Wars Armada, X-Wing, Imperial Assault, Force, the RPG, I forget what that one's called. They have like, if you go look at the Star Wars page, like I'll show you. This is why I can never remember all the names. Right here. So if we go here, this is why I joke, because this is when I kind of got salty with FFG. Like, I love Star Wars, but I mean, you could tell they put a ton of resources into Star Wars for a while and started ignoring their other IPs and stuff, and I got a little jelly, okay? But Star Wars, like, what do we got? X-Wing, Legion, Outer Rim, Imperial Assault, Rebellion, Armada, Star Wars The Force Awakens beginner game, Star Wars the role-playing game, Star Wars Edge of the Empire. These are all just different role-playing game sets or whatever. Star Wars Destiny. Like, this is such a generic name. Star Wars Destiny. Like, Destiny. I'm supposed to, like, line that up with Star Wars and remember that. I'm just saying they're all so generic. They just, like, slap some names on the end of them. But Star Wars, the card game. So creative.
Generic.
So creative. So creative. Love it.
Well, they're running out of names.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, Imperial Assault. Like, sure, okay. Rebellion. Like Armada. Like, these names. Outer Rim. Like, Outer Rim. That Outer Rim to me, because I understand, like, Outer Rim in Star Wars. But, like, Star Wars isn't the only thing that has rebellions, right? So, it's like, yeah, but anyways. Or legions. They got some legions. I guess that's only a Star Wars thing. Anyways. But yeah. So what I'm getting at is, I don't remember what I was getting at, but yeah.
Why we're playing this.
Yeah, so I grabbed this expansion, and Mel and I were going to just stream this expansion. We hadn't bought all the heroes. I bought this expansion because I wanted to play some Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw that Groot and Rocket the Raccoon, who are hilarious characters in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions according to like the way how good those movies did. We wanted to play through this as a casual campaign, even if it was just like Rise of the Red Skull. But instead of like Hawkeye and Spider-Woman, it has cooler heroes in it. And I figured we'd just buy it and try it out as a standalone kind of product and play with obviously our card pool at the time. But we got it, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna play this. And then I started looking at all the other heroes that were coming out, and I don't know if we got lucky here in Canada, but last week Gamora and Star-Lord came out in Canada, and I saw them on like Thursday or something. They were in stock, so I ordered them. I got it last week. But what I did, obviously, I wanted free shipping, so I started adding on Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and etc. etc. Who else? There's a couple others on there too. Anyways, I ordered every hero we hadn't bought for the whole game because I wanted the whole card pool. I'm a sucker like that. And so yeah, so we have everything now. Again, for Marvel Champions, we're fully caught up. But today we're playing with Star-Lord and Gamora because we tried Groot and Rocket the Raccoon. We played them last night. We pulled them out. We even went online and found some decks that are two decks that are meant to work together well, play through this campaign. They're using cards from the whole pool, and they look pretty good deck. They look like pretty good decks. We played them a couple times, and then we're like, the decks were good. They're good. No shade thrown against whoever created those decks. But the heroes just were kind of lame. Like Rocket seems okay. I'm sure he'll get better in the future or better with different builds maybe. And we didn't want to keep like just trying tweaking builds and playing with different builds and be stuck with them. So then I was like, we got Star-Lord and Gamora. I want to play with Guardians of the Galaxy heroes and play through this campaign for the first time. So then we're like, let's try these out today. So this afternoon, Mel and I, on Mel's lunch break, we played Gamora and Star-Lord. And instantly, just with their base decks, we're like, these heroes are more fun.
Yeah.
Whether they're good for the campaign, I have no idea. We only played the first scenario just to try it out. But we haven't played anything else. We're going kind of blind into this a little bit. But you guys can kind of help out and play along and recommend market cards and stuff. And for those that don't know, this expansion, they actually, I think, may have listened to the complaints of the Rise of the Red Skull, or they had a plan already to slowly increase the complexity of the campaigns as the game rolls on. So this one has stuff that my understanding was explained to me is they have a market. It's like a bunch of cards.
This one?
Yeah. So they have like, I don't know how many cards it is, but now in this one, but the last one they had like, I feel like it was a handful of cards, like 5 cards, maybe it was 10 cards that you get to like possibly put in your decks as you play through the campaign. Super lame. But in this one, there is like a market, all varying costs from 1 unit, aka experience, all the way up to 7 experience. And they have varying levels of power, varying levels of cost. For example, there's like a 1 cost card, event card that's free to play, but it has a 1 unit cost to spend between scenarios. So we are going to try to complete like achievements each scenario, and depending on how good you do. And they also brought over the victory display from Arkham Horror LCG, which I love. You guys know I love this. It drives my play. Like anytime I see something come out and it has victory 1 or victory 2 on it or whatever, I am like, Mel, I don't care what you're doing over there. We're going to get that card into the victory display to add experience points, which turn into units in this game. And you spend those units to buy market cards to add to your deck for the future scenarios as you keep going. So our decks will keep going up in power. But there was also something else explained to me. There is this headhunter guy that he gets added to a scenario. He may show up, he may not. And anyone who's watching our current playthrough of Arkham Horror, it's similar to another dude that I'm not gonna. I don't want to go too much into details, but he shows up and we defeat him and he leaves, kind of thing. There is something like that in this campaign, where the guy shows up, you can defeat him for victory points. And my understanding is, I haven't read ahead, but somebody explained to me without too much spoilers that you beat him for victory points, but to balance it, he has a set of cards, which I've seen the set of cards, I haven't read them, but he will supposedly add certain cards in future scenarios based on you destroying him and getting the points. So it balances out from you adding more experience points and cards into your deck. You could have this guy and his buddies or his weapons or whatever show up later. So I'm looking forward to experiencing this blind and seeing what happens. And I was warned that the final scenario with Ronin, we obviously know it's going to get to Ronin, but the final scenario with Ronin, which is scenario number 5 in this box, is supposedly like very, very hard. So we'll try it probably a couple times during this playthrough. But if it gets like silly, where it's kind of like Lord of the Rings LCG core set, where that last scenario is meant to be beaten with like future sets and cards, we might just play it once or twice and then just end the campaign there and be like, we're good with it. We played everything. But yeah, so we're going to go through this with Star-Lord and Gamora, starter decks. I have tweaked my deck a little bit because they're not online. There was no decks posted or anything. I couldn't like look for inspiration. I have the whole card pool. I haven't even read every card in the set. So casual Marvel Champions warning, please be gentle. Please be gentle. We haven't played in a long time, like I said. So feel free to let us know if we misplay something or misunderstand or forget a keyword. We'll look the things up as we need. But again, we're just getting back in the game. We have played like we had to play like three games.
Yeah.
3 games yesterday and today to kind of warm up to the game again. But we are obviously, everyone's new to Star-Lord and Gamora. A lot of people are fairly new to this Galaxy's Most Wanted expansion since it just came out like last month. So yeah, so we're going to see. The only issue with this game still, with the campaign, which I have fallen kind of in love with Arkham, is the whole failing forward. So even if you kind of do crappy and bad things happen, you still like can move on to the next scenario. You're not with that like archaic locked in. You got to keep replaying the scenario over and over again, banging your head on the wall. This still has that. So if we fail the scenario tonight, you're supposed to literally just clean up and start again and try it again until you beat it. And if it takes you like 10 times, it takes you 10 times. And eventually you win. Then you do the winning victory stuff and then move on. A little silly in 2021 that a game treats its campaigns that way and handles that like I make fun of the Aeon's End one where it's like you play and you fail. And then you play again, and if you still fail, they bump you forward. Like
I like that idea,
the Pandemic Legacy style.
Yeah.
That's at least a step forward. I feel like that's not bad. But yeah, this game doesn't even have that. So like where if you failed like 2 or 3 times, it just gives you like, your participation prize and kind of pushes you along. I wish it did that at least, but it doesn't. So we're probably, I don't know, we'll keep trying. If we fail this one tonight, maybe if we have enough time, we'll clean it up and play it again tonight. If not, we'll play it again maybe Saturday. For the next episode, which is scheduled already. You can set a reminder. It's down in the playlist link down in the video description if you're looking for it to follow along with this. But we're going to be playing Saturday. We'll play again Tuesday. We'll play again Thursday evening. We're just going to keep playing this like we used to play our campaigns on the channel. And we'll just play this through until we get to the end of it, I hope. So we're going to play on standard difficulty, but also standard campaign mode. So that means we will be able to modify our decks between scenarios. I think we have to keep our heroes, if I understand correctly, but we are allowed to modify our decks. So the cool part is these decks just came out. Like people don't even have them yet, supposedly in some countries. Even in the US, people still haven't got their packs and stuff. I don't know how we got them like a week early in Canada.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
I don't know what happened.
So rare.
That's never a thing.
Yeah.
But supposedly the release date is tomorrow for Star-Lord and Gamora, but we've had them for a week now. So I don't know. But we are going to play them. But I mean, as the days go on and we play through our campaign over the next week, feel free to comment down below on recommendations for what market cards to upgrade to, and any deck tweaks or anything. Because we're playing pretty standard. Mel is playing standard Gamora. She's kind of happy with it.
Yeah, there's one card I may want to add maybe to give me some extra hit points, but we'll see how it goes. I wanted to try just the standard and see, but that might be something that I want to see if I can work in.
But I've already tweaked a couple things, but I might put my deck back to default just to play through the first scenario for fun. But I did already make some tweaks. I was not a happy fan with Let's see if I can get it on the screen here, actually. And I don't know. Marvel CDB. Zoom it in there for you guys. Okay. I don't know if anyone's posted any decks, but they are in the database. Just FYI, if you're watching this live, Gamora's deck building restrictions or her deck building
Benefit?
unrestrictions, her deck building unrestrictions do not work right now. But I talked to the person who updates this, and they said that it will be available tomorrow on release day. So you can build a Gamora deck. I figured a way to do it. You just show unavailable cards and you add them to your deck. Your deck will be considered invalid, but you can still save it. So if you want to build decks, you can do it on here with Gamora. Just ignore all the warnings and turn on unavailable cards and you'll be able to do it, FYI. But anyways, if you go to the cards here, and this is on marvelcdb.com for anyone that doesn't know this website. This is where I go to be a filthy net decker. And so Star-Lord. There's one card that I play with and felt kind of lame. I just ended up using his resources all the time. And I understand the default decks usually are made to make you want to buy more product for the game. You know, you get a taste and you're like, all right, time to level up. Let's go buy, you know, $500 worth of cards and build this deck. $500 worth of expansions just to get the 6 cards you need. But yeah, let's see here. Where is this?
I don't know.
It's like some grenade. Something grenade. No, it's a pulse grenade. Pulse grenade. So this pulse grenade card. Oh, we have no images yet because I guess it's not. Images aren't uploaded to CardGameDB or whatever. But pulse grenade is a 2-cost resource. Has action attack. Discard pulse grenade. So you put it into play for 2. It's in play as a upgrade, sitting in play. So you play it 1 turn. The cool idea is it sits out there for a bit. So for anyone who doesn't know Star-Lord, he's a psycho and loves just drawing encounter cards and setting up encounter cards to then do crazy things based on how many encounter cards he's dealt to himself in a turn. Super crazy. I thought it was insane. I didn't want to play it because I was like, that is messed up. I hate encounter cards in this game. I hate when I see 2 in front of me. I hate when I even see 1, to be honest. But this, I'm seeing like 3 in front of me before I even get to the villain phase and draw another 1, maybe even 2, if we have a scheme out that increases the draw. But that's his jam. So the idea is, you know, he can get overwhelmed with minions in front of him, you know, that kind of thing. So I understand why this card, they put it in the deck, is you put it into play, and then when things get out of control, it's sitting there. You've already spent the resources on a previous turn, most likely, and then you discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck, deal 1 damage to the chosen enemy based on boost icons on those 2 cards. So if anyone knows boost icons in this game, when they're flipped off the deck, they're added to an attack or a scheme by the villain to kind of be an unpredictable amount of damage or threat on the scheme. But sometimes they're blank. And I'm okay if they're blank, because then that means they're not being used against me. But the problem is these, in that case, if I flip them, I've done nothing. I paid 2 for this card. I've exhausted 2 cards off the encounter deck, so I've sped up going through the encounter deck, which means I'll eventually get an acceleration token, which means the game's going to go in overdrive and I'll lose really fast. So that's a little scary. So all in all, this card just felt like it was a very hit or miss, gambly kind of card. I ended up just using it as resources all the time. So I figured I just threw away all 3 of these, and I put in all 3 of the dual resource cards, which weren't in the deck. So like Genius, and I don't know if I need them. But I just put them in because I was trying to be quick. But I put in Genius,
Strength
and Energy. Is that what it's called? Energy, the energy one?
Yeah.
I always make jokes about that because I don't know why I never remember what it's called. It's super obvious. But yeah, so I just threw those in there. I also made a tweak. The deck comes with, how do we go back here? Click Star-Lord. Yeah, it also comes with a little ally that I thought is cute what they do with it. But this ally is a little dog or whatever named Cosmo. And he has this whole thing. When he attacks or thwarts, you name a card type. You reveal the top of the top card of your deck. If it's the matching type, they don't have to do consequential damage, so this character can stay in play instead of punching himself in the face every time he attacks the enemy. The only issue is, or the cool part with Star-Lord, he has on his alter ego side, he has the ability to swap a card with his hand with the top card on his deck. So you can set this up. But again, it felt lame. It's situational. The character is 2 cost, which irks me in Star-Lord's deck, which I should probably explain why it irks me. But Star-Lord's ability, probably should have started here. He has this whole interrupt on his hero side. When you play a card from your hand, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card to reduce the cost to play that card by 3. Okay? So I'm playing a card, I interrupt it, I draw an encounter card, boom, I reduce the cost to 3. So when I have a ally in here that costs 2, and I want cards that cost 3 or more to take advantage of this ability, it doesn't fit, right? Oh, Cosmo's a telepathic dog. Okay. I don't know enough about like all the characters that weren't like in the movies. Maybe that was in the movie and I don't remember. It's been a while. But anyways, the card is okay. Like it's cool. I understand the idea. But then I saw that we also had neutral allies. I don't know if it's from the Guardians of the Galaxy box or it came in these packs. I don't remember. But there was neutral allies in our collection of Groot and of Rocket Raccoon, who were both 3 cost allies. They had the Guardian trait. Not that I really need them to have a Guardian trait. But now I have, in my Star-Lord deck, I have Groot, which we're not playing with in play. No one's playing him at the table, so I won't have to worry about the conflicts. And Rocket Raccoon. So even though I wasn't happy with playing with their decks, we could still have them here in Spirit. They might show up in the game. So I felt good about that. So I tossed the dog, got a raccoon instead. Way cooler pet. And then and then I got some houseplants in Groot, to spruce things up. So I got Groot in the deck. I also put in a, whatever the one is that gives you +3 hit points. Is it Endurance or something? I think it's Endurance. Yeah, Endurance. I put that in there. So I got rid of the 3 grenades. And I put in those, and then I got rid of 1 copy of each. Super situational. I understand the module, what it's trying to do. But there's a module in here called, it's got target practice. It says when an ally with a weapon attachment upgrade makes an attack, discard target practice, that ally gets +2 attack for the attack. I guess it's supposed to say ATK, not ATM there. But they get +2 for the attack. So you need to have an ally in play. You need to get this upgrade on them, which this comes with lasers on it. There's 3 lasers in the deck, which are called laser blasters. Pew pew. You can attach those to a guardian ally. Max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +1 attack, and it gains overkill. So if anyone knows how allies work in this game, or at least how I treat them, they are completely throwaway all the time. You put an ally in play, they do stuff, they always punch themselves in the face, they're never around that long, and they usually get thrown away as meat shields when you're getting attacked by the villain or whatever. So they don't stick around that long. Yes, you can build decks that, can maybe heal them or boost their hit points, keep them in play, readying them over time, beefing up their stats, all that kind of stuff. I'm not really a fan of that. I like the Voltron aspect of it. I think it's really cool. But in practice, it's harder to do than you think. And you really have to focus the deck on it. But it's cool they're giving more tools like that into the game. So I took out 1 laser blaster and I took out 1 target practice. Yes, it weakens that module. But I don't think the module was that strong to begin with. But maybe it was. I don't know. I didn't really see it line up ever. So I figured, I'll cut 1 of each for now. And that's how I got in the extra Groot and the Endurance. So I think it's the only modifications I made to the default deck for those that know what's in the deck and are looking at it. But you can go look at the whole pack here, and it'll give you an idea of what's in the deck. I don't think anyone's posted the default deck if you don't have it already and you can't look at the card, but I don't think anyone's posted it. Maybe they have. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think anyone's even posted the default deck. I probably should have done it myself, actually. Whoopsie. But yeah, anyways, you guys will see it in play. You'll see the cards. We'll talk about Star-Lord and stuff. You'll see it as we go. But I'm sure that it's online somewhere. You can probably find it. I just don't know all the resources for this game. I just know this website, and I know the Facebook group, and I know the Reddit, the subreddit for this game. I'm sure there's other websites that spoil cards and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really follow this game that closely, so yeah.
Did you link the decks in the description?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I didn't put it because I didn't finalize it in here.
Oh, okay.
Because I kept tweaking it. I even was tweaking this like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
I was like tweaking it, and I don't know. It's yeah. I probably messed with how it worked, but hopefully I haven't broken it too much.
That's why I was afraid to touch mine.
Yeah.
Because we were looking at cards, and then I thought, oh, if I take this card out, then I don't know if I'm going to have resources
I
and
know.
this and that, and
I'm
going to throw things off.
It takes me a long time to get used to like the deck building like rules for a game. Not like the official rules, but like the you know, if you have this many event cards, you should have this much economy, and if your cost curve's like this, you know, put this many resource cards in, and you know, never have too many of this or too many of this card type because they'll just clog your hand. Or in this game, you know, if, how many you know, lightning or energy, physical or mental or wild resources, you know, that kind of stuff do you need for other cards in the deck. There's so much like nuance to the deck building in this game, which is super cool and super deep, but I just don't know it because again, I don't follow the game closely enough. So that's why I really rely on websites like this and the awesome, amazing people who post decks on here that allow me to understand and skip that kind of stuff to get playing the game quicker and trying out other deck ideas. And then I'll tweak after that once I kind of get an idea of how the cards work and have played with someone else's creation. But I do appreciate everyone who shares decks, and especially when they write descriptions and discussions on the decks and stuff. Because I'm not a really good deck builder at all, and I even when I was like heavily into certain LCGs, I still was like, man, yeah, I'm not the greatest deck builder. I know this, I know this. But anyways, let's go. I guess to the table. So we're gonna get set up here. We're gonna go to the book. I don't think the PDF's online yet, so I can't kind of bring it up on the screen for you guys. So we're gonna be just playing out of the book here. I think Fantasy Flight Games will post a lot of that stuff tomorrow when the release date happens. But yeah. And hello everyone we didn't say hi to. I'm trying to get through everything.
I was
and, like,
gonna say, yeah, there's
not
lots
miss-
of comments
I
and
know.
stuff, but
I'm gonna look at the chat.
on a roll there.
Yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt.
I'm gonna look at the chat in a
you.
sec. Yeah, I want to get all my thoughts off the top of my head before we got into it there to make you know, make sure we're on point here. Step into the portal is saying in the chat, yeah, I think if you prefer campaign games, Champions will be the game for you. But there's no. Yeah, if you're looking for campaign games, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're like, I want a campaign to build up a deck as we go. Now we've been spoiled and seeing that in games. But this game is more, you know, like a one-off, you know, it really shines as like a, you know, spend some time, you know, making a deck, you know, for an hour, tweaking kind of thing. And then boom, you're playing the game that night. You could set it up pretty quick and you rip through a scenario solo with other people, whatever. And it's like a pretty well contained game. And it's really fun, really well done. But I was just giving you my why I haven't really played it. The Rise of the Red Skull just really let me down. And I was just kind of more excited about other games that were doing cooler things and just kind of moved on a bit. But I knew I'd come back. I never meant to leave the game permanently. But man, time flies though. Let me tell you, time flies.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to teach Justin and Kyle, I want to teach so we can play some 4-player Marvel Champions on the channel. Obviously, the COVID lockdowns here in Canada and stuff have prevented that. The stay-at-home orders. But hopefully soon. We'll get some Marvel Champions on the channel playing it 4-player.
Yeah, because we haven't ever played 4 players, just 3.
Yeah, we played 3-player. We have some 3-player playthroughs on the channel. We played with Kyle before. But I want to get them back like kind of a regular thing and playing some Marvel Champions, having some fun with different heroes. And so many heroes I haven't played in this game and whatnot that I want to try out. I haven't played the Krang scenario. The Rise of the Red Skull, I've only played each one like I think once-ish.
Yeah, I never even played that.
Yeah,
Did you play that solo?
Yeah. So there's lots we can go back and play. Plus all the customizability of the modular sets, the expert difficulty, even the campaigns. They have expert mode, which adds some more to the campaign. So let me explain that because that's something to know. In the last one, when I read expert for Rise of the Red Skull, I thought it was expert difficulty, and for some reason they decided to use expert, the keyword expert. In the difficulty of the game overall, you can set it to expert, which is different from an expert campaign. Super weird.
Yeah, should use different words.
So you can play a double expert campaign, I guess, by putting it on expert difficulty, then playing the campaign on expert mode. Yeah, they should have just called it like advanced campaign or advanced mode or something, just a different word. But yeah, there's standard difficulty and then there's standard campaign mode, I guess.
Let's go back down to the bottom though, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Just so we
sorry.
can see what's going on.
Let's
Anyways,
see. Oh, Board Game Time's here saying, what's up everyone? Pulling the trigger on Marvel Champions very soon. Look good at the start, but it's looking better with each and every expansion. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So far, everything except I forget who it was. There was one hero I played that felt very meh, but it was because I play solo only, like one-handed. So yeah, some of the heroes are better at true solo than others. But there's quite a few available, so there's still lots of variety. And you don't have to buy every pack in this game, because they are even reprinting certain cards in other packs and stuff in the pre-built decks. So you don't have to have every single card in the game, which is kind of cool. And as the card pool grows, I'm sure that'll become more true. War Game Time says, as a lover of Aeon's End, I'm sure this game will be on my shelf in no time. As a lover of collecting everything for a game, my wallet is not so excited. Yeah. Warning, yeah. You don't want to get deep into this game, yeah, it can get very expensive. But so can Aeon's End when you start adding all the expansions and the standalone boxes and the legacy sets and all that stuff. I love Doctor Strange. I think he's pretty cool. He's very powerful, but yeah, he was fun. I think it was like Thor, maybe. Was it Thor that stunk in solo? I haven't played Hulk, but I heard he's pretty bad true solo. Yeah, so many heroes I haven't played. Haven't played Ant-Man or the Wasp. I haven't played Black Widow. I did play Black Widow once, I think off camera. But I haven't played her on stream. Because I did find a built deck when I was like unsleeving, sorting my collection. But anyways. Alright. Galaxy's Most Wanted. So they've added quite a bit more stuff, I feel, in this one. So they show you all the keywords you need to know that are in the set. But they've added some new keywords. So we have Hinder, which I'm not sure why Hinder exists. I'm sure someone who knows this game better can explain why. But Hinder, when a card with the Hinder X keyword is revealed, place X threat on that card. Which seems weird because, for example, there's one right here that's part of setup. Oh yeah, this says standard mode only and expert mode right here on some of these cards now in the campaign. So this says Hinder 3, when revealed, place, or Hinder 3 per player. So Hinder, in our case, 6, threat. But why put that on a card when you already have this in the game that has a starting threat value? Like, I don't understand why they don't use this. Like, why? Is there something in the game that says, you know, you can't mess with this, but you could mess with Hinder and blank a text box or something? I don't know the point of it. I'm not sure. Again, I don't follow the game closely enough. But I just don't understand why Hinder exists when they could have just incorporated it down here by putting, like, you know, 4 per player or something. I know the math doesn't work out exactly because they want you to start with at least 2, and then you're going to crank it up by 3 per player. So maybe it's just to help with the whole, like...
escalation?
Yeah, like just... So you start with 5, instead of putting 5 per player, where with 2 players it would escalate to 10 threat. In this case, it only goes to 8 threat for 2 player. But it's like, I don't know, that's kind of a weird reason to stick... Oh, maybe side scheme to regular scheme?
Step in the Portal also says the assumption is that Hinder will be stoppable in the future.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Maybe.
Yeah, I just assume that maybe they want it to be messed with or something, and they don't want to, you know, touch this sacred little symbol down here. I don't know, I just thought it was weird. I looked, I'm like, don't they already have a mechanic for that in the game pretty much? But I guess you can get more granular with it, maybe. Maybe that's it. Maybe just get more granular with it. But then again, they could have just put 4 per player on here, right? But then once you get to 3 players, then you're up to 12. But in this case, you'd be up to 11. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I don't. Maybe they didn't want to put 0.5 on the thing. I don't know. Not sure. But anyways, we also have Patrol, which is cool. While any minion with the Patrol keywords are engaged with the player, that player cannot thwart the main scheme. I was kind of surprised that nothing like this exists in the game. I read it and was like, that's new? But it's Guard that is the one that stops you from attacking the villain.
Yeah.
So this is just the same thing for like for the scheme, which I think is really cool to add that in. But I'm surprised it took that long to add something like that in the game. It just seemed like it should have been there already. But Stalwart, shout out to those Game of Thrones card game players back in the day. I don't know if Stalwart ever made it to 2nd edition, but I remember it from 1st. A character that has or maybe it was in 2nd, I don't remember. Anyways, a character that has the Stalwart keyword cannot be stunned or confused. And supposedly when they get Stalwart, if they gain Stalwart, any stun or confused cards on them already go away. That was in here somewhere, or I read that online. What else? Oh, Villainous. So you thought boost cards were only for the villains? No, there are minions that can get Villainous, and they also get boost cards when they activate. And then you have Victory X, which anyone who knows Arkham LCG is the same deal, Victory X. So if you defeat a card that has victory, you know, 1, 2, or whatever on it, you get to put it in the victory display, which it explains here. And then there's this filthy, dirty amplify icon, which just adds a boost icon. It seems like it's to every single boost card that's revealed. So if you have a minion that's got like 2 boost cards, or a villain that has 2 boost cards, and he's about to scheme or attack you, every boost card they flip is going to get an extra boost icon on it. And this you'll see on like side schemes and stuff. So it's like the extra encounter card one, but it's for boost icons.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, so that's a little scary. That's a little scary right there. What else we got? So it talks about the campaign mode for those that have never seen campaign in the game. But then it talks about the new campaign specific cards. So they have the market that we talked about. So there's a whack ton of market cards. But then there's also this little cards from an encounter set. So this special encounter set, this is that guy that I was talking about, shows up in the scenario. And as you beat him, I think these show up like later in the campaign at random times based on how you win or things you do or something. I'm not sure, but those will be worked in as you play. And it's different every time, I guess, based on things you choose or, you know, how you beat the scenario or whatever. Talks about how you buy market cards. And then, yeah, here's expert campaign, which is not the same as expert like difficulty. So you'll see anything in a gray box. We'll talk about expert campaign, but what the expert campaign does, which is really awesome, it does persistent damage. So if you've been, you know, knocked down to like 4 health left, you start the next scenario in expert campaign mode. You start at 4, but you have a choice to spend one of your units, those things you spend on market cards, you can spend it to heal back up to full. So it just makes it more difficult and you got to spend it. And also in expert campaign mode, if you are defeated, so if a player gets defeated, and let's say I get defeated as Star-Lord, but Gamora, you know, finishes off in a blaze of glory and wins, I get no experience and no units, except for what have left over from a previous scenario that I haven't spent.
Do you come back alive?
I think you come back alive at full health, yes.
So it's almost like you had to use all your units
Yeah,
available to,
yeah.
Okay.
But I don't get any advantage from the winning or anything.
Right,
But that's expert mode, like basically hardcore. They should have just called it hardcore mode or something. And then or hardcore mode is when you put expert difficulty with like advanced campaign mode or something. They just could use better wording to be more clear. Because I wasn't the only one confused by Rise of Red Skull when it was like, as soon as I saw expert, I was like, nope, not playing on expert, and just continued on. But it actually makes the campaign much more interesting for campaign lovers, you know, to carry things forward to make it a little more challenging. And you're also restricted. You can't customize your deck between scenarios other than the market card stuff in an expert campaign. So because Star-Lord and I was going to play that way, but then I also heard this whole box is really difficult, which is fine. But I want to customize our deck between scenarios. So I guess we could have done like a hybrid. But since these packs just came out, and I haven't had time to kind of like tweak them and go through the whole card pool and figure out what I would put in.
And there's no decks online yet.
And there's no decks online to be inspired by or anything. So again, comment down below if you're watching this in the next day or two after it's live. Leave comments down below. Any recommendations of cards that I probably should put in Star-Lord's deck or Mel would want to put in Gamora's deck that we didn't know about in our pool. We have all the cards, so we should be good. But anything you're like, oh, you guys should really look at this card because Gamora is even crazier. We tried on Marvel's CDB, aka Marvel Card Game DB or whatever, to find all the optional thwart events and attack events because she can play them from out of faction, like out of aspect or whatever. So she could be aggression and still play like thwart events and attack events from protection, justice, leadership, whatever, up to 6 of them she can add to her deck. So already in the game, there's quite a few, like a ton to pick from.
Yeah, it was overwhelming.
Not too bad, and I'm sure it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's something that you guys think that Gamora would love in her deck or, you know, or Star-Lord, feel free to comment down in the video below. Even, I guess, if it's a few days later, because we're going to be playing this with a couple days in between each episode. So feel free to join along. We'll change our decks between scenarios, add some new cards in, take some cards out. Just have some fun also experiencing Star-Lord and Gamora as they're new as we play this. So yeah, so that's basically why we're doing that. So we're gonna customize our deck between scenarios. That's full game. All right. So we have a little how they do the story in here. It's not like Arkham LCG where there's like tons of text and skip this part, read this part. If you did this, check your campaign log, skip that, do this. We just get a comic book story to get us started. So, Commander, we're under attack by the Badoon. We're sustaining heavy fire. divert emergency power to the shields. I'm headed out. So we got Captain Marvel there. And then it's, there's too many of them. Send a distress signal. And then we got Star-Lord here. We got the Guardians of the Galaxy here. We got Alpha Flight. This is Star-Lord. The Guardians of the Galaxy are here to help. And we better get paid for this, Quill. I'm assuming that's coming from like Rocket Raccoon up in the ship there. And we got I am Groot. I am Groot. And then we flip. So that's deep stuff.
Yep.
It's deep stuff, everybody. Did you get all that? That's deep stuff.
You're immersed in the story.
Are you in? Like, is the mood set? All right.
No, it is clever though.
Yeah, it's super. It fits the theme.
Yeah.
You got to use comics. It just makes sense. And then we'll see more as we play through the campaign. They're like layered all in here between the scenarios.
Oh, cool.
You know, just give it. And there is some story. There's like a little bit of paragraph story, but again, it's really light.
Okay.
So we're doing scenario 1, Brotherhood of Badoon. So the Brotherhood of Badoon has mounted a surprise attack against Earth. You and the other Guardians of the Galaxy rush to Earth's aid, teaming up with the mighty Avengers in the process to beat back the Badoon. However, the Brotherhood of Badoon's leader, Drang, is a skilled tactician with a fleet of powerful ships and an overwhelming number of soldiers at his side. This won't be an easy fight. So we're playing with villain deck, Drang 1 and Drang 2. We're not playing expert mode, so no Drang 3. The scheme deck, we've already put those two in play. We'll go over them in a sec. Encounter deck, you're playing with the Brotherhood of Badoon, Band of Badoon, Ship Command, and Standard encounter sets. And then it lets you know you can swap out the Band of Badoon and use them as a module when playing other customization, or doing other customization in scenarios. So campaign instructions, set up. Each player records their identity in the campaign log found on pages 22 and 23. Did you bring down the campaign log?
No, it's on the table upstairs. I can get it if we need it now, or it can wait till the end of this scenario.
It probably can wait.
Yeah,
but
I think
anyways,
it can wait, but because all
how are we supposed to start if we
it's
can't
just
write
that
our name?
record the names. I think
How
we
are
know.
No, how are we supposed
We
to
know.
start if our names aren't written on some page somewhere? We're not going to write in the book, but we did print it out.
Yeah.
And then it says, reveal the Badoon Blitz 178A side scheme. And it tells you to use the reverse side. And that's what we were showing here. So this is our first taste of Victory X. So we're playing with this side, standard mode only. It comes into play with 3 per player threat on it, plus 2 on the bottom of the card there. Victory 1, when defeated, add the card to the victory display. And then when defeated, each player may draw a card. So it's totally optional. We can totally ignore this thing. It just sits here. It doesn't do anything.
So we need 6?
But it's if we have the extra, threat removal and we feel things are going okay, it would be awesome to get that into the victory display so we get experience, buy more cards to add to our decks. The reason why I play these kind of games, or why I play campaigns, is to add juicy loot. Well,
you can't see victory points on the board and not try to go for them.
Love my experience.
I mean, it might not be instant, but we'll try.
Then you shuffle the Badoon. If I keep saying Bloodoon, I don't mean to. I'm sorry. Shuffle the Badoon Headhunter minion into the encounter deck. And then see there's some expert campaign only. In player order, we basically throw a minion into play from the encounter deck. We're not going to do that. So expert campaign does up the difficulty this time around. Last time people explained to me in Rise of Red Skull, expert just added some complexity to the campaign. Didn't really up the difficulty. You had to play in expert mode is how I understood it. But this, playing in expert mode in the campaign, adds complexity, ups the difficulty, and you can play with the expert encounter sets and stuff to play at even a higher difficulty. So all that's there for you if you want to experience it. But we're just going to play standard, keep it simple, loosey-goosey here. So the Badoon Headhunter, let's get him and take a look at him. Or Badoon. So many Badoons. Yeah, baboons. All right, so we got a Badoon Headhunter. So this guy, he just schemes for 1 and attacks for 1. Oh, he's only a little 7 health. Yeah, that's pretty high. But he has victory 2. Yum. But he has villainous. So if you ignore this guy because he's a 1/1, yeah, you might ignore him. He's victory 2. So yeah, if you don't care about the experience, just leave him. It's fine. But he's got villainous. So when he activates, he's going to get a boost card just like a villain. So he could flip over like an extra nothing, 1, 2. So he could be attacking you for 3 out of nowhere, maybe. Because I don't know if the boosts go up higher than 3, but I know there are 3s in the game. I just don't know I don't even know in this deck if there's 3s. I'm not sure. But anyways.
There's definitely 2s.
There's definitely 2s. That we know. But yeah, so that's the Badoon Headhunter. and he's from the Badoon Headhunter set, but you only play with him in here. So he's like a special setup that you throw him in. And my understanding is if we beat him, we get the victory points. We may not even see him. We may not even see him. And even if we see him, we may not get to beat him because we may end the scenario or lose or something before that. But if you beat him, you have to record that you beat him, or that you beat him. That you defeated is the word I was probably trying to say there at the same time.
That's okay.
You defeated him. So if we can defeat him, we get to check it off on our campaign log, which is upstairs on another table.
I'm so sorry. I realized too after
you
when
grab it
you
in a
were
sec.
talking.
You grab it in a sec.
but-
You grab it in a sec.
It's okay. We don't need it yet.
Okay, so that's in there. All our obligations are already shuffled in. So I just want to go over this to let you guys know what we're working towards. 'Cause I think you're supposed to look at this. I'm pretty sure that's why it's on the page and not hidden on another page. But it does matter how you want to play because you could earn other victory points. So we just know this because we played this one already. But I haven't looked ahead to the next ones yet. But this one records units in each player's unspent box. So you get one per player just for beating it. Then you get a number equal to the victory points in the victory display for each player. Okay. Then you can record one unit for each player if there are no minions in play. So if we can work it out that we end it and there's no minions in play, we get an extra point each to spend in the market. And then we can get an extra point if the main scheme is still on the first like stage or whatever, 1B. So if there's only 2 stages in this one, so if we don't let it get to the second stage, we'll get an extra point for that. So
Okay.
they're like little achievements we can kind of work towards that can help us out. So it's not just beat it. It's not just straightforward. There's like extra achievements you can get for like,
Yeah, based on how well you did.
is that doing well though? Because if you clear all the minions, maybe you just get lucky and you haven't seen minions and then you rush and you beat it before they show up.
Yeah.
And it gets out of control. So is that you doing well? I don't know. I mean, or getting
Yes.
lucky. I don't know.
Both.
So anyways, yeah, so we'll see what happens. And then it says expert campaign only. Record each identity's remaining hit points. So we're not going to do that. So we'll just reset each time. But that does exist. So I think that's super cool. All right. So Mel's just going to go grab the campaign log. And so we can just take a... Actually, no, we can probably just look at it here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to show it. I just want to show
I
it so
see.
they understand what the campaign log is for this game. So you record like player 1, 2, 3, or 4. We're obviously only playing 2-player. You record your market cards. You record cards in the collection, whatever that means, for scenario 2. Cards in the collection, victory for scenario 2, infiltrate the museum. Okay, so we'll learn about that later. Galactic artifact side schemes for scenario 3. So there's stuff to record each scenario. And then over here at the bottom, there's like Power Stone from scenario 4 and evasion counters from scenario 4. And then here's that Headhunter guy. So this Headhunter guy from scenario 1 to 4 will be checking off if we've defeated the Headhunter each time. So I'm assuming every scenario will kind of check this. Do you have these things checked off? If so, do the following. I don't know, but that's just what I get from that. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Never mind, Rob. Words are hard. Yes, words are hard. Okay. So we'll fill out the campaign log. We'll look at it next time with Mel's nice writing on it. And yeah. This is cards from the set because I was looking at the the market cards. So for those, we'll look at these at the end of the play, but like here's how many market cards there are. That's crazy. Crazy how many cards they put in this box that are only playable when you use the campaign mode, and they all have a unit cost, some cool ability. They usually draw a card to replace themselves. So even though you're adding them to your deck, they're increasing your deck, which is bad for deck building. You want your deck to be like tight. So you're kind of like drawing into your good stuff in a deck. So you don't, even though we're allowed to put up to 50 cards in your deck in this game, everyone always builds at 40 because once you start putting 42, 43, whatever in the deck, it just means you're seeing the main pieces of your deck less often over a certain amount of games. But these, they replace themselves. So they all have like a draw one effect on them. So even though you're adding them, you're making your deck thicker and diluting your deck is the word I'm looking for, you're able to replace them, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they go up to 7 costs. So anywhere from one unit, all the way up to 7. And they do some crazy things like readying up to 3 characters and removing it from the game for 0. It's a 0 cost event, but you have to get 7 experience to get it. And I don't even know if that's possible in the first mission or not. But you might be able to save some and spend it in the next one. I don't know why that 5 got in there. All right, so we'll talk about those at the end. Hopefully we beat it today and get some experience. If not, we'll talk about it on Saturday. But yeah, we'll see. All right. Now we got our terrestrial invasion. So this is the main scheme. It tells you how to set it up for a standalone, but it also you follow this when you're setting up the game too. So we put the Badoon ship environment and the Milano support in play. So the ship command set actually comes with a player card, and this player card is going to be passed back and forth between us. It's permanent, it's set up, and the first player controls the Milano. So I'm assuming as we pass the first player back and forth, this ship will be passed back and forth. And it has a piloting action resource, exhausts the Milano to generate a wild resource for any player, which may not be the right thing to do, but it's there in case you need it. But this incorporates heavily into this scenario, which is really cool. And you'll see how that is done here. This is the environment that they asked us to put into play. So this is the Badoon ship. It's aerial, it's a vehicle, it's got a charge up ability, it's a special, place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 more barrage counters here, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters from here. So just another way to do damage to you every few rounds, or maybe every round if things are going really bad. And then we flip this over and go to 1B, which in the top left there, we need 8 threat per player to flip this, and that's bad. So we want to keep it below 16 threat as best we can. And we know if we keep it on this and we never advance it by hitting 16 or more threat, we get an extra experience each or an extra unit each to spend in the market. So that's something we want to try to do. And it says Drang's overwhelming forces have mounted a surprise attack against Earth. So it has a forced response on it after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Resolve Badoon's ship charge up ability. So we saw the ship's charge up abilities here, and step 1 is when you're putting threat on the main scheme. And then it has a first player action though. So the first player would obviously be in control of the Milano, and they can exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from this scheme. So right there, that sounds better than just gaining 1 resource. But again, if that 1 resource leads to you playing a card that removes like 5 threat, it just by default here, but there are more cards we'll see that involve you possibly having to exhaust the Milano to make some tough choices, which is really cool. So that's the first one we're seeing where we can spend the Milano, not just to get resources for any player, but to also remove some threat. It's going to start with 2 threat on the bottom plus, so 2 threat per player, sorry. And then it's going to go up. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I don't know if other scenarios have had this, but this is insane. So it's going to go up 2 per player every round. So we're starting with 4 on it, and it's going to go up for basically 4 every round because we're playing 2 player. And that's going to get to 16 pretty fast. Yep. So yeah. Crazy. And I'm not playing Justice, so I'm already scared. Yeah. So if anyone didn't notice, I'm playing Leadership. I don't know why. It's just what his default deck is, I guess. But I want to play Justice. I always like playing Justice. My favorite aspect in the game. And that's what my Groot deck was. I built the Groot Justice deck. It was so fun. But yeah, this one's really cool. So we're going to play that. So now
I think my default is aggression, right?
Yeah, it's mainly aggression, but you can play 6 out of faction attack or thwart events.
Okay, the only things in the setup that we did not do is select first player. Would you like to be first player?
Sure.
Okay.
So I'll take control of the Milano.
Okay, shuffle the decks. Set the villain and his hit points.
Yeah, it says to 26 because he. Oh yeah, let's talk about the villain. So Drang, here's stage 1. He schemes for 1, but has a little star beside it because he has a forced response. After he schemes, we're going to do the charge up ability on that Badoon ship environment that's in play. He'll attack for 2 by default, and his hit points are 13 per player. So we have him at 26. I know you can't really see it on camera the best, but we'll try to say it as we reduce it and hold it up if we can.
Okay, it says shuffle the encounter deck. And then it says draw cards, mulligan, and then any character set of abilities.
Brant Sanderson says your best strategy for the campaign is just go for face. That means just smashing the villain like racing, right?
Yeah.
We found that we played this scenario a couple times now, and we figured that out.
Well, we figured it out after the first play.
Yeah. The
We're
first,
like,
we,
oh,
yeah,
I
we
see.
as soon as we lost, like it got out of control pretty quickly because we were playing like the way we remembered Marvel Champions worked.
Yeah.
Get a justice character at the table, just keep clearing threat off the scheme. You have pretty much all day. You're fine, and just build up your engine. Then start punching the villain with heavy hits when you've had the time to build up, and in the meantime, just keep the villains and the schemes at bay. But this scenario is not that. This scenario is literally going to throw like the worst schemes at us. It's going to throw horrible villains at us. It's going to just get out of control and be
Quickly.
very unmanageable very quickly. So this is a race scenario. So you just want to, at least that's what we understand it. After playing a couple times, is we just want to smash the villain. But there is a cool point where the villain, before he transfers and gets to higher attack, a different ability, a win revealed ability, and he'll get an attachment on him that gives him extra attack and also makes him stalwart. You don't want to just rush into that right away because then he starts attacking for 4 by default plus boost flips.
Yeah.
And you saw that we could have the boost icons buffed and stuff. So you want to make sure you're ready when you go to his second phase after we've gone down to 26. He then heals up to 28. And then we have to rip through 28. So we got to make sure we're ready to race that final 28 damage down because we found even if you like race this first part and he gets too crazy before you have like allies or you don't have your health up, yeah, it can get pretty much out of control. And even worse with Star-Lord. Yeah. It's man, I still don't feel comfortable with Star-Lord playing him. The whole idea of drawing encounter cards and just like literally in some turns flipping like 4 or 5 encounter cards if it gets really crazy. So you kind of want to make sure you're like winning the game when you're at that point, is my understanding. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. Like you can go from everything looking good to, you guys know this from playing the game, is flipping a couple encounter cards could lead to like the villain attacking again or scheming again or you getting your obligation and your nemesis and stuff in play. And those can really like wreck your chances of winning. And from going from feeling good to like being destroyed can happen really fast in this game. But just imagine you're like, okay, Mel has an encounter card, then I have like 3 in front of me. So we're seeing like 4 encounter cards in a turn. Can get pretty nutty.
Can also escalate this deck quickly.
Yes, that is true too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wacky, but it's fun. It's very fun. So Peter Quill is my alter ego, 3 recovery. He's an outlaw. He has setup. So I'll do this at the end after I've already mulliganed and everything. But you search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Element Gun. Upgrade and add it to your hand, then you shuffle your deck. And he's got the Smooth Talker action. Choose a card in your hand, swap it with the top card of your deck, limit once per round. And he's hand size of 6, 10 hit points. And then on his hero side, 2/2/1 are his stats. He's a guardian. Each ally you control gains the guardian trait. So he has some cards that interact with the guardian trait. And that's, we already saw the Avengers synergy stuff around the time of the Red Skull. Those Avengers heroes all had like these Avenger cards were coming out. I remember this is now doing Guardian because it's Guardian of the Galaxy. So they're going to have all a bunch of cards that like interact with them and buff them up. And you can build like Guardian themed decks, I'm sure, eventually. And he's got what can go wrong, interrupt. When you play a card from your hand, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card to reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3, limit once per round. So he has some expensive cards in his deck, and I will put them into play, and I will reduce them by drawing an encounter card, which I'll resolve at the end of the villain phase with the normal encounter cards. So but I can get some beefy cards. So to balance that, I'm taking more encounter cards to get cards out cheaper. But you just have to balance it and understand when to do the risk or take the risk and when not to, which again, maybe not the hero to play when you're like just relearning the game and you're a casual, but it's really fun.
And you need to flip that back.
And I need to flip this back because
Yeah.
I'm going to be cheating. Yep. Okay. So 10 hit points on my little dial here.
Okay. I am playing Gamora, who recovers for 3. Outlaw, skilled tactician. You may include up to 6 attack and or thwart events in your deck from aspects other than your chosen aspect. Action, I can look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack or thwart event, draw it, limit once per round. Hand size of 6 and hit points of 10. And then if we flip, we are going to see 2/2/2, which I love, those stats all the way across the board. Guardian, finesse response. After you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from the scheme, limit once per phase. And then precision response, after you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage to an enemy once per phase. I love that ability. It really synergizes with this deck. I love it.
It's a nice pre-built deck, I think.
Yeah, I
like
liked it.
Both pre-built decks are pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Yours is better than mine, I think, but they're still pretty cool. Josh Walton says, hello, excited to actually be here live and excited to see Star-Lord and Gamora in action. Haven't had a chance to play them yet.
Awesome, welcome.
Welcome. And Verteron, welcome back. Hey all, can't stay for the stream, but I'll watch it later. Caught a playthrough of this, bought the base game, played it once, and then ordered everything for it. Another game Rob made me buy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, I guess sorry, not sorry. I hope you're having fun with it.
Yeah,
well, I guess you played once and then bought the whole thing, so.
Yeah. And this game, it's easy. Like, it's easy to recommend this game if you're interested in it. Just get the core set. It comes with a ton of content. And if you played all the content in the core set, you get a lot for your money. I feel like in this core set, I can actually recommend it because you don't have to buy like 3 of them to get all the cards you want. So this game is easier to just say, try this game. They did a good job of making a core set. An intro, pre-built decks are all listed. The scenarios are all fun and feel different. It's good taste of the game. And if you played that and you're still not happy with it, you can give it to someone else and you didn't spend too much on it. And yeah, if you love it, then you know, you can go on. So I don't feel guilty like telling people try this game, buy the base set if you're interested in Marvel or you like LCGs, you know, or the card play and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a no-brainer to try at least, I think. But yeah.
Okay.
And good, it's good solo too. Very good solo.
Do you prefer solo or 2-player? Or solo or more players, I guess.
I like the game multiplayer because this game doesn't have like a ton of cross functionality when you're playing, but there is still some. Like you can defend for each other, you can play actions on the other player's turn. It does have peril, so peril from Arkham LCG where you have to like, you know, shut up, you can't ask anyone at the table for help when you're dealing with cards. That's in this game. I don't know when they added that. I don't remember it. But I noticed it on cards in this scenario, so I was like, ooh. But yeah, there's some interaction with the other players. You're not completely, you know, checking your phone and board on your turn. Too bad, because the game moves pretty quick. And you can, like, ask other players to do actions on your turn to, like, give you a resource, help you draw a card, that kind of thing, heal you if they have that or whatever. I just wish there was a little more interaction between the players, but I do like that the game solo rules are 100% the same as the multiplayer rules.
Oh, yeah.
It just scales super nice, which I love. I love how I don't have a separate 10-page rule book teaching me how to play this game solo after I read a 30-plus or 40-plus page rule book to learn how to play the game, you know, multiplayer.
And changing rules.
And yeah, and changing rules and variants, and you got to do this, and setup is completely different, and blah, blah. It's, yeah, you want to show up with 1 deck, 2 decks, 3 decks, it just multiplies very easily. It's very streamlined. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draw your hand?
Yes, let's draw 6 cards is my hand size on my alter ego side. Other side's 5. So 6 cards. And then in this game, your mulligans, you discard the cards and replace up to the hand size, but you do not shuffle the cards back in. So any cards that I discard, for those who have not played this game who are watching, it's a little different with the mulligans. This is why we always joke about it. We play so many games that it's like you forget even the mulligan rules between games. Every game does it different. Or how many cards to draw when you start and that kind of stuff. And how setup works for games. Every game like does things in different order. But this, if you mulligan, you put the cards in your discard pile, you draw replacements, and now those cards you will not see until you either A, have some way to pull cards back from the discard pile, or you draw through your whole deck. But in this game, when you draw through your whole deck, you get a little punishment of drawing another encounter card and dealing with it. So too much card draw, you know, I mean, it's still worth it, I think, but just know that if you discard something, you're not going to just shuffle it back in and draw back into it in most cases.
I think I'm going to keep my hand.
So I have a Daring Rescue, which is a free card out of Star-Lord's hero set here. Action, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card, ready your hero, and draw a card. So more ways to get encounter cards. It's free. Here's that target practice we already talked about, which I only have 2 of in the deck. I removed 1 from the pre-built deck. You know, you have to have an ally with a weapon. They have to be making an attack, and then I can give them an extra attack with the support. But I'll probably toss this one, I think. But maybe I'll just keep it for a resource, so I don't draw through my deck too quick, I guess. I don't know. Sliding Shot is really cool. Cost 3. Play it only if you control an element gun. But remember, on my setup, I'm going to pull an element gun. Whoops. I'm trying to hold it properly here. I'm going to draw an element gun and I have to get it into play, but it's a hero action, deal 5 damage, then deal 2 additional damage for each face down encounter card in front of you. So I want to, on turns when I'm going to play this, I want to actually get extra encounter cards so that I can do big smashes on the boss, most likely, or a big minion or something. And then I got Genius, which doesn't come in the default deck. Like I said, I just added this in. I just took out those pulse grenades and just threw 3 of these resource things in. I don't know if it's going to help or hurt, but hey, whatever. I'll still play it the same as I played those grenades by just throwing them away as resources. At least I get 2 possibly. We got Rocket Raccoon here. This is who I added in. Took out Cosmo to replace him with a different pet. So Rocket Raccoon, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 health. Play only if your identity has a Guardian trait. So I have to be on hero side, I guess, to have the Guardian trait to put it into play. But it's legit. So I can still put it in the deck, I guess. I just have to have a way of getting the Guardian trait. And then Interrupt. When Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, he gets +3 attack for that attack. And the attack gains Overkill. So it's very thematic if you know how Rocket Raccoon, the hero card in his deck works. That's thematic to that. It's kind of cool. Or it's similar mechanically to his theme. And here's one of those laser blasters. So funny thing is, I joke about never seeing the little combo together. But I actually drew into it, and I only have 2 laser blasters now in the deck instead of 3, and I have 2 of these instead of 3, because I never saw them together and worked, but I actually have the pieces to put a laser blaster on this guy and make him do a crazy attack and get extra attack and do overkill. So this crazy combo just came together. Whether I can do it on my turn is another story.
You can think about yours if you want while I'll go through mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think I'm going to keep mine hand because everything kind of just works. Obviously, we're going to keep the strength. Getting 2 resources, that's good. Decisive Blow is a 2-cost event. It's an attack event. A hero action attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. 7 instead if I played a thwart event this turn. Combat training, which I'd like to get into play, I think. Skill play under any player's control. Max of 1 per player. Your hero gets +1 attack. That's helpful. A God Slayer, 3-cost upgrade, a weapon. This is restricted, so you can only have 2 restricted cards, right? 2.
Yep.
Hero Interrupt. When your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy, exhaust God Slayer, your hero gets +2 for that attack. Then we have Plan of Attack, 2-cost, a 0-cost event action. Search your top 4 cards. Search the top 4 cards of your deck, top 7 instead if you are an alter ego, for an attack event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. This card I think is one of my favorite cards. I think Cross Counter. It's a 1-cost event. It's an attack, a defense, and a thwart event. It's a hero interrupt, attack, defense, and thwart again. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage, deal 1 damage to an enemy, and remove 1 threat from the scheme. Such a good card. This also works very well with the other side of this card because it counts as both of these responses. So I really, really like this card. So I think I'm just going to keep all of this. I think I am happy with it. My main question is, which of these 2 do I want to put in play? That's the main question. Like, I'd like both of them to get into play.
Your hero gets +1 attack. Yeah.
Or this one is when your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy, gets +2. This is better, obviously.
But costs 1 more.
Costs 1 more, but I have a way to draw 1 more card. So I think I would be...
Since we're trying to race, obviously the more attack, I think the better.
Yeah, because I have to use some cards to pay for other cards. But
I know Godslayer is a 1 only in your deck, so if you really want to get in and do it now or toss it.
No, I'm not going to toss
it. Combat training, you do have another one, I believe.
Yeah.
So you could see it later on. You don't have to hold it. You can use it as a resource.
No, that's what I'm saying. One of them I would use as a resource to put the other one into play. So I think I'm going to keep all of it. I think I'm happy with that start.
Okay, I'll just keep all my stuff too. Because I can toss some of this for resources. It's fine. I don't know. There is cards I should be kind of digging for, but...
I think I would mulligan more if the cards got shuffled back in.
Yes.
Since they don't, I'm less likely to mulligan cards.
Or if your deck is built with a good draw engine and you know you're going to reliably, or you're playing against a scenario you know it's going to be a longer one. But when you're playing a rush scenario, there's probably things you want to see quicker too. That could be argued.
Yeah, that's true.
We're probably not going to get through our deck is what I'm saying. So if you were to, let's say I'm like, oh, I'm not going to do a big hit to the boss right now. But I could do this second or third turn. I probably will still keep it. But in general, most times in Marvel Champions, you just be like, oh, I'll just see this later. I have another one in my deck. You know, I'll draw through, I'll eventually get it back, and we'll play it. But that doesn't happen. I feel I don't have much draw in these. In these starter decks, usually you don't have a ton of draw, right? In the pre-built decks. And this scenario is not going to be that long, I don't think. But
yeah. So Matt's saying, note that under the latest rules, playing cross counter would count as defending an action. An attack. Attack. I think.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Was it worded? Let's see.
It's a hero interrupt.
Attack, defense, thwart. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that. Oh, I see. It just is. Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're counting this as doing a defense. But it does say right there.
But I don't have
defense.
to. Yeah, and I don't have to exhaust my character.
No.
Okay.
But if you have anything, I guess that plays off of that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It might be good. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, because it's not clear that it's doing that. So the fact that Matt said that, it makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's not clear on the card for sure. Oh, Dan showed up. Damn. I mean, hey, Dan. Sorry for being late. No recap needed. I'm sure you guys are winning. Nope.
We're just starting. This is our opening hand.
And hey, Kenji.
So you're just on time. Hello.
Oh, you can play it to defend without exhausting. Oh, okay.
Okay,
Cool.
that's perfect. Yeah.
That's what I assumed. I just assumed that's the way it worked. It's a change. Playing a defense event is defending without exhausting. Oh, okay.
So,
because remember I looked at it and I was like, why?
So then when I play this, I'm defending. So my defense is 2. Is that what you're saying?
No.
I'm technically defending without exhausting. So I'm defending for 2. But then if I would take any more, no, right?
I'm not sure now.
It's a change. Playing defense event is defending without exhausting. Yeah, you play.
Yeah, just like playing an attack. It's like playing an attack event, right?
Okay.
Like when you play an attack event, you're technically attacking with your hero.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're not exhausting doing a basic attack.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm playing it correctly. Okay, we need to blow. Okay, perfect. So then I was playing it correctly in our practice. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, you get the defense is a basic action that you would get by exhausting. Totally separate. Yeah.
But I could technically then defend for the 2. Then if I still took damage, I could play this. Because it's when I would take any.
Yep.
Yeah, so I could do both technically. If it was like a big hit coming in.
Yep. It says if you take any amount of damage, so
Okay.
It would just prevent, so if they're hitting you for like 5, that's awesome.
That would be like, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Oh, so if Star-Lord were attacked, you could play cross counter to take the damage and cancel 3. Oh, so okay.
Well, this says when you would take.
So Star-Lord were attacked, you could play cross counter to take the damage and cancel 3 of it.
Oh, I get it. I could like block for you.
Okay.
I get it. We didn't do that before.
Interesting.
Okay. Wow.
We'll forget that, I'm sure, but it's an option.
Okay. That's good.
That might come into play later. Let's try to remember. Feel free to remind us when we're on like scenario 4 and we've totally forgotten that that's a thing. And I'm about to die and Mel's holding that card.
Okay. I just love it because it does so many things.
Yeah, it's a neat card.
Yeah.
Definitely a neat card.
Okay.
All right. I'm doing my setup. I'm going to search my deck and discard pile for a copy of Element Gun, which I didn't see. Oh, here's one right here. So there's 2 of them in my deck. They cost 3. They're from the Star-Lord set. They're restricted, so I can dual wield it. Hero action attack. Exhaust Element Gun and spend 1 resource of any type to deal 3 damage to an enemy. This attack gains piercing, which means I can knock away a tough status card beforehand. So this goes in my hand. And we will shuffle. Yeah, the defense tag at the top allows you to step in and be the target. Okay.
And can we do that after the boost card is revealed?
Yeah, that's, I'm assuming, right?
I don't know. That's why.
Or do you have...
Or do I have to say that I'm defending for him before the...
But it is a hero interrupt.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, like, are you playing it after, before? Yeah, what's the timing on that, Brant? Do you know?
Because
do you have to do before you reveal the boost card? Because it's like a defense. Before boost is revealed.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
It's a thing that I would have to take the damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
This is
Thank
cool.
you so much.
Okay, that's good to know.
Thank you so much. That's cool. It makes sense because I remember when I saw it, I'm like, why does it have the word defense, attack, and thwart
Yeah, we were talking
in the
about it.
brackets? Like, what the heck is that trying to tell you?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen attack, I've seen thwart, I understand those, but what does it a defense mean in the brackets? I didn't know, and I asked her about that earlier today. Yeah, you declare
Okay.
defense. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
Perfect. Perfect. That even opens up that card to even more exciting opportunities or possibilities than what we were playing with it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. We learned something new. Thank you, Chet.
Thank you. You may teach us more new things as we don't realize combos that are existing in our cards.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt and Brant. And yeah, that's it. Not Dan. Everyone else. Just thank you, everyone else. All right.
You're first.
I'm first.
Yep.
So we can just go. Anything else? We did everything here.
We did everything.
All right.
I just quickly ran through.
So, what am I doing here? I think I play the element gun. Oh, let me switch a card with the top of my deck. I kind of don't want this daring escape right now. Oh, actually, sliding shot. Maybe I don't want it right now. Well, maybe I do all this right now. No,
While you're thinking, Kenji's just asking, are these decks basic decks or custom decks? Mine is a starter deck, and Rob has tweaked maybe 6 cards total.
Can I see your list? So KJ, I'm going to show you this quick. So you see all the cards in her deck. So get ready to memorize this. That's Mel's deck right there. Okay. And my deck is this. Change like 5 cards. Okay. There you go.
But almost basic.
Yeah. My deck's pretty much the starter deck. We explained earlier the card changes. I switched out 3 pulse grenades because I wasn't really happy playing with them when we were practicing today, and I was just throwing them away as resources. So instead, I put the resource cards in that weren't in the starter deck: the Genius, Energy, and Strength. And then Cosmo, the little 2-cost ally, I took out of my deck. And because we had in our neutral collection, I have 3-cost Groot and a 3-cost Rocket Raccoon. I threw them in. I also put in Endurance to make Star-Lord less squishy, possibly, and can last, and can be a little more risky to give him 3 extra hit points. And I took out 1 copy of, I think it was Target Practice, and 1 Laser Blaster I took out because that module I didn't think I saw it very often and one's gonna come together. So I only have 2 of each in the deck, but then I drew them here on my opening hand. And an ally to put them on, which is Rocket Raccoon, which is freaking amazeballs. So I'm going to try to get that into play and have some fun here. So I'm excited.
All right.
I'm
excited to see this.
So I just don't know if I'm going to be doing sliding shot now, but I have my alternate ego ability, so I can put a card on top and switch it with the top card, so I can kind of store a card for next turn. So I have 2 resources here, so I could use my ability on my other side to play like Element Gun, for example, draw an encounter card. Then I can use Genius to pay for Rocket Raccoon plus like Daring Escape, I guess, to help pay for him. And then I'd have to toss another card to play Laser Blaster. I want to use this to remove threat from here. So I basically want to save either Daring Escape or Sliding Shot. But I could play Daring Escape, it replaces itself, and then just play whatever that is.
Well, it would replace itself with whatever you put on the top of your deck, no?
Yeah, but then I won't have enough to pay for this. So this, I'm going to... Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't matter.
I probably won't. I'll just play this as a resource probably anyway. I'm gonna put the Sliding Shot on the top. Switch it for Nowhere. Nowhere is play only if your identity has a guardian trait. It's a support, 2 cost. Increase your ally limit by 1. Response: after a player plays a guardian ally, exhausts Nowhere, that player draws a card. Oh man, too many things. Okay, we're delaying the element gun. Also, I think I'm gonna hold the element gun instead. So I think I could do like Rocket Raccoon for his ability for 3 on the other side. I'm gonna flip now. I think we're good. So I'll flip to Star-Lord. So I have his reduced by 3 thing. So I'll probably use that on Rocket, right? I'm just trying to math out my turn here. And then for 2 off Genius, I can play Nowhere into play. I'll do that first, actually.
Yeah.
So then I play Rocket into play. I'll get to draw a card off that. I can then use that card or this card, worst case, to play Laser Blaster.
One of the cards is the card you just put on the top of your deck, so it's up to you if you want.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to do something first, get that card, then draw another card. Right? So you have all the information.
But we know what it is. It's just
Yeah, but
oh,
if
if I do this
yeah,
also.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, true. Okay.
But
Let's see. Okay, let's just start here. So genius. We're gonna toss genius. Put in nowhere.
and then what's this one next?
This is just in my hand. Sorry. And then we are going to use my ability. I'll take an encounter card, which is a here an interrupt. So I'm gonna play Rocket Raccoon. Yeah, whatever. Rocket Raccoon, and I'll draw myself an encounter card. So he comes into play. Play only if you have the Guardian trait. When Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, you get +3 attack. Oh, so he doesn't get that on the villain. Okay, that's fine.
That's okay, but then you get to do this too.
Yep, and then any player plays a Guardian ally, exhausts this, draw a card. So I guess I just see back what I drew. So it was silly. I don't even know why it really did that. Well, I guess I got a different card, right? I drew a different card,
Yeah,
then I get
yeah,
that back.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
so I
you
still
just
got
get
a
that
different
back.
card. I got this card out of it. That's interesting. Okay. And then I am going to. So these I want to play. Yeah, I think I'll save. I need to. Okay, so I'm gonna exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from the main scheme. Star-Lord is going to attack for 2. Oh no. Star-Lord's going to thwart for 2 off here, actually. We do get a card each if we do clear that, but we don't need to rush on that if things are going on. But I just figured like 2 attack isn't the greatest. I can build up to bigger ones, but you still want to chisel them down. Might have been a bad play, but oh, Rocket's got a thwart also. So let's do it. Deal yourself 1. No, I can't. Oh, this is tough. I got to do it on this turn when I play this. So let's go with. I'll just get rid of Daring Escape to pay for a Laser Blaster as a resource. So I attach it to a Guardian ally, max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +1 attack, and its attacks gain overkill. It does have 2 thwart.
I think I'm gonna be able to possibly thwart a little bit too. So.
Okay. So let me just I'm going to attack with Rocket. So he's attacking for 2. I'm going to play target practice. So when an ally with a weapon upgrade makes an attack, discard this. Oh, sorry, this is not an event. I put it into play as a support. Then I discard this to get +2 for the attack. So he's going to attack for 4, taking the boss man down to 22. And he'll take 8 damage. And then I think I'm going to hold these 2 and just chill. But I probably should have readied up and done that. Yeah, that's fine. Because I only got 1 encounter card. But that's okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do her ability, which says...
Thank you, Joel.
Which says, look at the top card of your deck. If that card is an attack or thwart event, draw it. And
is it one?
It is an attack event. Clobber. Okay, so this, is a hero action attack. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. If this is the first card you've played this round, return to your hand. Okay, so we were saying that we would want to get Godslayer into play.
Your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy, and Drang is unique. He has a little star beside his name.
So I could spend, for example, those to pay for it.
Okay.
Then I think... Okay, actually, yeah. So let's do a flip. Let's do that. Let's spend 3 resources to pay for Godslayer.
Yep.
Then I could... I actually could spend 2 resources to put combat training in play if I did that, my Gamora would be hitting, if she's hitting the villain, for 5.
I'm not gonna say like you do what
And
you
then I
want, but
saved this. Then, I mean, I didn't thwart anything, but I could do a hit for 5 on the boss. I feel like that's a pretty good setup. If I can do that.
and you have both these for the rest of the thing, right? Unless one gets
Unless
tossed.
one gets tossed, yeah.
So
And then I would, so if I
yeah.
use those 2 to pay for this card, then I'm holding this for the encounter phase.
Yeah, you do what you want.
For the
Whatever you
villain
think's good.
phase. Yeah, I'm going to try that. I think that might be a good strategy. The other option is I play either one of these events, which this could do deal 4, deal 7 if I played a thwart event, but I did not. Or this can do 3. It's not the first card I played.
Well, remember this does 4 plus removes a threat.
Yeah.
So it's like 5 values worth of stuff.
Yeah, that's 5. Or this is a continual 5.
Well, no. It's this you're valuing against it, right? So this is just a 1, so it takes how many
Yeah.
turns to equal 5? It's your call, though. I think it's a good
Yeah, maybe
investment.
5, but then plus 4, I could hit 4. Yeah, maybe that's better. That's better. Okay, so then let's spend these 2 resources
I don't know.
to play.
And there is another combat train in your deck, but again,
Yeah.
getting it early obviously pays off better in the long run.
But no, I think this is better, more efficient. So we'll pay the 2 for this attack event. So I will deal 4 damage to the boss.
And
Okay.
you also you have a way to like get out of your discard pile stuff too, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
want to throw in
Yeah. And then after I play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. Let's do this one.
around 18 on the boss man.
Okay, that was once per phase. Then I could do I'm going to save this card for later. So we could do an attack with Gamora on the boss for a total of 4.
So down to 14.
Your hero makes a basic attack against a unique enemy. Exhaust this to do +2. Okay.
Boom. Yeah, I know. Brand's
know,
saying
they're
they're
both-
all
yeah,
good plays. I know.
I know.
It's either way, the I feel like combat training, we're gonna definitely go at least 5 rounds. You get 5 attack out of it, but then
But this, I think, just does more quicker.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're trying to
So-
be fast, so like that's why I'd argue against like Ben. You
Yeah.
get to put it in your discard pile, you get it back. You might see another combat training later,
Yeah, I just,
which again is not as good, but
yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Okay.
both are good. And we'll be glad that 1 extra threat disappeared. I'm sure that in the long run that helps too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay.
so we
So
could
we are-
discard any cards we don't want to keep holding.
Nope,
but
I'd
I do
like
like
this
both
card.
of these. So I'll draw up.
Same. My hand size is 5 on the other side.
Same. Oh, another sliding shot. Oh boy.
Nice.
So I got Yondu. I got another sliding shot. Then I got Yondu, which is attacks get ranged. If you notice, his attack does not have a consequential damage, which is It's only 1. But again, he's one of these guys you want to throw the attachments on and beef up his attack, and you know it could ignore retaliate. And remember, he's 4. He comes in this deck, but I could reduce him if I use Star-Lord's ability on him. But I'm already getting loaded with expensive cards. And then I have the CITT vehicle. Hero actions to support, exhaust it, and spend 2 resources any type to ready a guardian character. So this could ready my hero. It could ready Rocket here. And remember, as long as I'm on Star-Lord's hero side, they're all my allies are guardians. So
Yeah.
it's another one of these guardian themed cards that are coming out, kind of similar to the Avenger theme stuff. Okay.
Okay, I got first hit. It's a 1-cost event attack. If I'm in or hero action attack, deal 2 damage to the villain, or as a hero interrupt, when a minion initiates an attack, deal 2 damage to that minion. That's good. We got the Clobber again. This is an interesting card. I may use it just as a resource. I'm not sure. So it's a 0-cost ally who thwarts for 0, attacks for 2, has 3 hit points, a force response. After Angela enters play under your control, search the top 10 cards of the encounter deck for a minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. If a minion was not put into play this way, discard her.
So this was the card I was saying that after he played Rocket, he would have loved this card.
Yes.
He would have loved this card.
Yes.
But this come out in the later pack, in Gamora's pack. But this is a Rocket Raccoon card right here.
Yeah.
So if you own Rocket Raccoon and you're like, man, he needs some extra cards to make his stuff better, this is one of those. If you're playing aggression, obviously.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, Daniel.
yeah. And then last card that I drew, is Set the Pace. It's a 0-cost event. It's a thwart event. Hero action thwart. Remove 1 threat from the scheme. Okay. So these are what I have. I'm just debating what the card would be that I would play for this if needed, which may be just Angela. You have to lose Angela. Anyways, okay.
But you could, remember, we need allies for chump blocking in this, I think.
I know.
Especially when we get to the second phase of this guy.
I know.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't ready up Rocket. I got
Okay,
ready
and I'm ready.
Okay, villain phase. So step 1 of villain phase, we're gonna put 4 juicy threat right on here. And when we do that, we put a charge or what are they called? A barrage counter. Barrage counter on the Badoon ship. Okay, then this guy's gonna look at the first player and he's gonna say, "You're in hero mode. I'm gonna attack you."
Angela is the boss.
Yes. Who's the boss? Angela. Angela's the boss. Angela. No, that's not the right accent. Oh, it kind of is.
Maybe half.
Kind of is. Yeah, it was like half there. All right. Let's see. So he's gonna attack for 2. I care about defending. I don't have a card to ready him up.
I guess I could put Angela into play because if I get a big minion, Rocket could take care of it.
Yeah, so hopefully.
Maybe we'll look at that.
I'll just take the hit.
Okay.
So 2. Uh-oh. Put Badoon Headhunter into play, engage with you. Oh, we already see the guy. There's the big guy I'm going to give my hits to.
Yeah.
So I have a minion now engaged with me, the Badoon Headhunter, who has a victory too. Get him.
Okay.
So I get hit for 2.
Oh, yeah, you didn't defend. Sorry.
Yeah. Need some allies in play that I want to kill. I mean, I could have defended with him, but then he'd be dead already. No, I need to get another ally.
It's going to be helpful for you.
I got to get Yondu in play, I think.
Okay, so I will not defend because I know I have that card in my hand. So we will do 2 attack plus... Oh, no.
What's this guy doing?
I don't know yet. This is a Badoon Warlord. Ooh. If this activation is an attack, it gets +2 boost icons for this activation. Yep. Okay, so a total of 4.
No, he doesn't stay in play. He's gone.
Yeah, sorry.
Just doing the boost part on the bottom.
Yeah. So we are going to play cross counter.
I pay for that.
I think I'm...
You're not using the Milano, I'm sorry. Or I would refuse to use it on you.
No. I think we're going to use Angela. We're going to use Angela to pay for that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot to attack with Headhunter. Thank you. I forgot. Yes, he comes into play. Now he's going to attack me for 1. We deal him a boost card.
Oh, he would have got this one then.
Yeah. So
sorry, so rewind that. So that would be to you.
Oh, but then...
Oh, but then we know.
Unless
you want to shuffle it and then draw another boost counter.
No.
I'm going to put those back in my hand.
Yeah, that's bad. So yeah, I would just let him hit me. And then, yeah, so he hits me for 3, sure. I probably would have defended one of the attacks, but it's okay.
Okay.
No, I would have. Yeah, should even if it was just hitting her for 1, I'll just go to 6. That sucks that you flipped a card, though. A good one.
Yeah.
Now you,
okay,
yeah,
now
you
this
do yours.
is my
yeah,
boost
sorry.
card. Oh, which is just, oh, sorry. Oh, goodness. It's this, actually, we're looking at. So we got 3.
Oh!
So that's better, actually, that I got that. So this is an attack of 5. So now I've rewound. We're putting Angela up to pay for cross counter. So this will, when you take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that. So I'm going to take 2.
Wow.
Going to 8. That's better than 5. Deal 1 damage to the enemy.
To an enemy or that enemy?
To an enemy.
So Rocket can hit for 4, 5 on this guy.
So if I did 6, 7, he'd be dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the damage to him.
Yeah.
And then because this is an attack event, I get to remove 1 threat from the scheme. And then it says remove 1 threat from a scheme. So we'll put this to 2. And then because of that part of it, I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we'll do it there.
That's the 2 that I put on, right?
Yeah,
I did 2,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right, so now counter cards dealt. I'll deal myself 1, you deal yourself 1. And then I'll resolve them. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oppressive Armada. Hinder 3 per player. 6 tokens plus 1 on the bottom. Exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from this scheme also. Oh, my God. 7 threat.
Oh, 7, sorry.
Yeah, because it's got a 1 on the bottom, right?
Oh, yeah.
So 1 and then plus 3. Holy. Yeah, so thwarting. Yeah. All right. And then this card. Oh, it's a peril. No, you can't interact with it. When revealed, choose 1. Exhaust Milano, spend 2 physical resources, or stun the first player. What is stun? I just have to, like, I can't.
The next time this character would attack, discard this status card.
I mean, I don't think I'll be attacking this
You get
turn.
another encounter card, Rob, says Cam. Did you draw yourself one? Oh, is there a plus? Oh, because the plus. Or when did that happen?
No, this will happen next. Yeah.
Sorry, Cam. Why?
Yeah, Cam.
Something?
Why would I get another encounter card? What did I do?
And Brent also says, while waiting for that, you are doing very good. I'm heading out. I will watch back later. Thanks.
No worries.
If you need help or any questions, just post on the Facebook group, and we're glad to help out.
Yeah, you guys are awesome
thanks,
over
Brent.
there. We appreciate that,
Thank
Brandon.
you.
Yeah, everyone's so friendly in this community. But we'll be back Saturday for those who can't stay up and watch, depending on time zones and stuff. We'll be back Saturday. If we lose today, we'll replay it on Saturday, and we may play a second scenario on that day too. And we're just going to continue playing. So check out the playlist link down in the video description for the future streams. You can set reminders. From the side scheme. No. This doesn't. We already passed that step of drawing encounter cards, is my understanding. So this comes into play the next time we go to draw encounter cards.
Next time we're like looking across.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And Matt's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Not yet. Encounter cards have been dealt.
Yeah, you deal all the encounter cards, and then you move on to like resolving all the encounter cards. So we've already passed the point of drawing them, and that happens later. Like it'll happen next round or whatever. So. I mean, I have, but I don't want to toss. Yeah, I'll just take a stun.
Okay.
I think it's a little weird. Am I gonna? Oh no, but I might play an attack. Why don't I play the Milano? Yeah, that might be the worst.
While you're thinking about that, Dennis, did you play Rise of the Red Skull already? Yes, Rob played solo. You can find that on the channel.
Yeah, I played it with Doctor Strange. It's a little weird. I don't know. I need to play it again, but it's not as cool as this campaign, though. That's for sure. So far, at least so far, from what we know. Man, this is a tough one because in my hand, like these are the two physical resources I have, which could be attacks. If I exhaust the Milano, that means I can't take 3 threat off of this or this. I want to get it off this, I think. And if I take a stun, I'm exhausted right now, so I don't know when I'm going to attack. And my only attacks are like these things, so I don't really want to use one of these to get rid of a stun. I could use my elemental gun to get rid of a stun. But again, I have to exhaust this, spend a resource, and that's 3 damage. So I think the stun is the way to go. Because the Milano's like a good way to get rid of threat.
I'm not saying anything about what you're doing. I just have a question.
Yep.
If you stun, you're stunned, right? Not your raccoon.
Correct. Yeah, my allies can go do whatever.
That was just a question I didn't remember.
Yeah, it's this character who's stunned.
Okay.
So that could nerf like. But I think it's okay. Yeah, I'll just take the stun, I guess. And then where is this card? It's gone.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a Badoon Engineer 2/1 force response. After Badoon Engineer engages you or activates against you, resolve the Badoon ship charge up. So we'll do that now. And
Second charge out of 4.
Okay, and then this boost doesn't matter. Okay.
All right. And pass the first player.
Okay. So I think the first thing we're going to do is just exhaust to remove 3.
Off here?
Yeah.
Yeah, extra encounter cards, as we know with Star-Lord, can already get out of control. We don't need it anymore.
Okay, let's do...
I don't know if we can get it all gone though this turn.
Let's do a thwart event for 0.
Oh.
Remove 1 threat from a scheme, so we'll remove 1.
Yep.
This was a thwart event, so I can do 1 damage to an enemy. We're going to do this one.
Okay, nice.
And then I'm going to do pay 1 to do a first hit event, which is deal 2 damage. Oh, it's to the villain. Oh, I guess that's fine.
Well, you have this though too, right? Can you not get all of him gone with just that 1 attack?
Well, this is only on a unique...
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but that's fine. Maybe I just leave...
Well, you can just attack normally without using this if you want. Like, you don't need
Okay,
to.
so then let's just do that. 2 damage to the villain. This is an attack event now. So
I also can attack your guys. Oh, I can't. No, with this guy.
no, that's fine. That's
With
fine.
this guy.
I can do it. So because I played an attack event, I get to remove one threat. So we'll put back 2. I did the other one. I did the damage.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that's
I did
right.
the
Yeah,
threat.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I've done both now. And then let's just do her basic attack to get rid of this guy. That what? 12? This guy hits for 1. But
It keeps
he's
charging
gonna
up the
keep
ship.
charging up
He's
the ship,
so
yeah, which
annoying.
is annoying. Yeah.
So
that's
annoying.
better. And I think I have 8 health. I have no cards in hand right now. I think I want to stay on this side one more turn. I don't have any allies, but
I could defend with like rocket worst case.
will Rocket not be dead?
No. He's 3 health. He only has 1.
I thought he was readying and doing some two hits on that guy.
No.
I don't want him to scheme, but I would love to be able to flip potentially to draw an additional card, as well as my ability to on the other side, which lets me look at the top card of my deck if it's an attack or thwart. So that potentially could give me a net of 2 cards if I.
Well, you do it right now.
Hmm?
If you flip, yeah, If you
Yeah,
flip,
if
you
I
do
flip-
it now, and then at the start of the next
Yeah,
turn too.
yeah. So actually,
But then he goes scheme crazy, and are we ready to clean off threat off there?
I don't know. I don't know what I've got.
Because remember, and he's also going to charge. He'll put charges on here, which means you're going to get indirect damage coming at you.
Yeah.
Plus attack. No, not attack. If you flip.
Yeah. So maybe I just take. Are you able to get 2 off of there?
Yeah. Hopefully. Yep.
Yeah.
Should be able
so
to.
I
Yeah.
won't have an extra encounter card. Okay, maybe I'll stay. Okay, I'll stay.
All right.
I don't know if that's bad or good.
It's a risk.
I know I want the cards,
Use
but
force,
you're
Rob.
right.
Use force.
Okay. I'll stay.
All right.
Maybe I'll draw into one of those cross
My
counters.
turn. All right, so I'm gonna play. Deal myself an encounter card to use his ability to play Yondu, and I'll throw away the CITT as the last resource for it. So I got 3 discount. When this comes into play, exhaust this, draw a card because he's Guardian. I am Groot. Groot's the neutral ally here. Play only if your enemy has a Guardian trait. Response: after Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him.
Oh, he's 6.
Yeah, I know. I
Oh
want
my
him in
God,
play so
so
bad.
good.
That's why I put him in the deck. I was like, man,
Dang.
he's 3. I can get him in kind of for free, and then use him as a defender to keep me alive, and I don't have to flip so often. But I drew him 1 too late. All right. So then we're gonna thwart here for 2. Take a damage. This goes away. Okay. And then this guy is going to attack. And when Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, he gets +3 attack. And that attack gains overkill. He gets a +1 and gains overkill from his laser blaster. So 1, 4, 5. That's enough to smoke this
it was
guy.
only 1 you needed. Okay, that's great. Oh, and that was victory. Okay.
There's only what?
It was only 1 attack you needed him to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't realize he hit for so much, which is amazing.
Well, that's why I said you only need to put 2 damage on
Yeah,
him.
but I thought you.
So he's in a victory display. Ooh.
For some reason, I thought you had to attack 2 times with him to get all of that done.
So we got 2 victory points in the victory display. There's 1 sitting out here on the board that we could get into play. We need 6 more threat off it. But we also have to win. So gotta be.
Yeah, that's number 1.
How would you compare the investment costs of Marvel Champions compared to other games? Like Arkham Horror and Lord of the Rings, LCG, for example. The same. It's an LCG, monthly releases. It's gonna keep pumping out. There's supposedly already content planned for like 2 to 3 years from now. There's like stuff that's leaked from like the printers or something that's shown products that are coming out like mid to end of next year or something crazy. So yeah, they already said when they announced this game, they're in for the long haul. They have like multiple years planned out for it. So just like Arkham, just like Game of Thrones, just like, Netrunner, any LCG, it's the same deal.
But would you say that it's cheaper to get into it because there's less out there right now? More still to come, but less out there?
The same. It's the same as any LCG.
Yeah.
So look at any LCG when you're this many months in, you're roughly going to pay, a similar cost to get in.
Yeah, overall.
But buy a core set, try it out. If you love it and you have the finances to go beyond that, go for it. But you only need to buy one core set, and you get all the cards you need. I believe you can play. Is it 2-player out of it or 4-player? I feel like you could do full 4-player out of the core set, but I could be wrong.
I can't remember.
But there are pre-built decks in there. They give you enough heroes to try. Now I can't remember. I think it's 6 heroes in there, maybe. Maybe it's only 4. But they give you 3 different scenarios to play. But you get all the cards you need to build the decks. It's good. It's good stuff. You don't have to buy 2 and to get good deck building and stuff.
And after that, it's optional, right? You can pick up packs as you want them, right? If you like the characters, you don't need every pack, right? Or do you?
Yeah, that's the other thing. People argue that this game is different. Like, so, I mean, it can be argued for like Lord of the Rings and all the other games, but Arkham, you can buy things as cycles, but it exists even on a more granular level for this. So this, you can get a 5 scenario campaign just by buying this expansion and having a base set. And you've added 2 more heroes. So it's a little bit of a cheaper entry than buying, 6 packs from Arkham Horror, 6 Mythos packs, plus a deluxe box. You just buy one campaign expansion for this game, 2 heroes, 5 scenarios. Those scenarios can all be played standalone or played in a campaign. So you get quite a bit there for just buying 2 products. But the very granular part of this is all the other scenarios you play against, like Green Goblin or the Once and Mighty King or Once and Future, whatever his name is, or any of these villains you play against, you can buy them all separately, and they're not connected in any way. So if you hear one is good or you don't like the playstyle of one, go watch a video. If you feel you don't want to play against the Wrecking Crew and you don't like that whole thing, just skip it. You're good. You don't need to buy things in order in this game. You don't need to have the whole pool. They do reprint cards in different pre-built decks. And also the other cool thing is Arkham Horror was a little late to the party with the Investigator starter decks. Every single hero in this game is an Investigator starter deck, is an entry point. So you can have the base game, get all the tokens you need, and have a few scenarios, and your friend, who owns nothing, can go grab Captain America on the way to your house and show up with a full completed deck inside with a few extra player cards that aren't part of the deck, that can just add cards to the pool. Just to play the game with you guys at the table. So like every pack is like that, which I think was great to do that right from the start. It's genius. So the buy-in on this game is way cheaper technically than Arkham, and you can pick and choose. So if you don't like the Hulk and you don't like the play style of a Thor deck, or you don't like the play style of Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange or whoever, or you don't like those comics, if you're a fan of only Guardians of the Galaxy or only the Avengers, only buy those ones. And you can totally have a ton of cards in your pool. You can play with those pre-built decks. You can tweak the decks. You'll have cards to tweak. And you have enough cards from a core set. You don't need to buy 2 more core sets depending on the LCG you're looking at, which was genius in this game. Mm-hmm. So this game definitely is more pro-consumer for sure. They learned. It's not that they didn't learn. They told the finance guys to shove it and listen to the complaining fans that are making fun of the company for a long time from requiring you to buy multiple core sets to get all the cards you need. They fixed that with this game. So the cool part with this game, buy a core set, have a good time with Spider-Man or try Black Panther, have some fun. You get bored of them, you want to try tweaking some other cards, go grab a pack that has the cards you want in it. But even better, grab the packs that have the heroes you want in, or the play styles you want, or the aspects you want. So just like you collect factions in some competitive card games, so for example, Game of Thrones, I might collect packs that only have good Greyjoy cards in them, because that's all I care to build with, to build a Greyjoy deck, to play competitively. In this, you can do the same thing. If you are a player who only loves red cards and love punching people in the face, you buy aggression cards. Only certain heroes, each hero comes with a very specific pre-built deck that focuses on one aspect. So aggression, leadership, protection, they all have their own play style. And if you only like a certain play style, just buy the heroes that come with a ton of those cards for that play style, and you'll quickly build up a collection of cards you can tweak your deck and mess around, which is cool. Or if you're looking to build an Avenger-themed deck, there's specific products to buy that are loaded with Avenger-themed cards, and then you can build yourself Avenger-themed decks and beef up all your Avenger traits and go nuts. So they have those, I don't know what those are called again, when a deck is centered around a trait. Those like theme decks or whatever. You know, like when you build a Dothraki deck. That was my first experience with that in Game of Thrones. But yeah, you can do that in this game too with Guardian and Avenger, and I'm sure eventually they'll have X-Men and all this stuff. And if they don't, I'll hate them forever. But yeah. Plaidman says, I love this game. Sadly, I've gotten so much content sitting unboxed in the middle of studying for my A+ CompTIA exam. Thanks for bringing this to the table while I study.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, focus on your studies. What are you doing? Quit slacking. Been there, done that. No, understood, Plaidman. Good luck. Good luck on your exam.
Yes, good luck.
And Etsy is a great place. Oh, okay. You're talking about
they're talking
Etsy.
about, yeah.
Talking about Etsy for like dividers and stuff. Yeah, that's a cool place. Oh, tribal deck. Yes, Daniel. I think it's tribal. I think, yeah, when you build a deck around like a theme of a, you know, a trait or whatever, it's like a tribal deck. Yes, that's the word. That's the word. I'm pretty sure. The once and mighty Rob or whatever his name is, Kang. Yes. Kang is throwing shade. You guys are funny. All right.
You're still going.
I'm still going?
Yep,
still playing my turn?
Yep.
So here's the question. Do I still hold on to these to do damage?
I was thinking the same thing.
And just play Groot? And try to stay alive? But then I'm not going to see these forever, and these are my big damage cards.
Yeah, hard to say.
Or do I just toss Groot? I need to play the Elemental Gun, too. Oh, this is so silly I'm holding cards for so long. So silly. I don't know. Like, Yondu's probably going to die from defense right now. Oh, I could do the card switch thing if I flip.
Oh, and put something on the top that you want to save for later?
And then I can still play him, like, save one of these cards.
Yeah.
But then I can't play these unless I have the Elemental Gun. This is crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. But if I keep... I'm going to flip so I draw more cards at least. All right. I'm just going to flip.
Yeah, maybe once you have more information.
Yeah. I should probably just get the gun out and throw these away, but that's crazy. It's crazy that I still got loaded with this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to put... I don't know, I'll put sliding shots on the top. Switch it with the card. Oh, of course I get a good resource card, but not the color that I need. So...
Why was it only if you play what?
Yeah, you get two of them for...
Leadership?
Yeah, but I don't have a leadership card. I wish I had that when I saw him and put him in after the fact. Probably should have done it that way. Because I still could have attacked, it didn't matter.
Oh my gosh, that scared me.
Oh, it's the wrong freaking thing.
Oops.
Woo.
Spooky.
All right, what was it? Oh, new subscribers. Thank you, guys.
Let me fix this. That scared me.
Like, why are there ghosts? We're not playing Arkham Horror or a horror game. It shouldn't be creepy stuff.
Thank you for subscribing.
Okay. Sweet. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, yes. All right. Man, I gotta get through this. This is so tough. I feel like I gotta hold. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah, I have to. I'll probably toss these two, I think, and just keep digging for stuff to play these. I'll play one with his ability, but I don't know. That sucks. Probably should just throw Groot in play. I have another Elemental Gun in the deck, but it's these attack cards are the ones that are gonna like race him to death. And I know I don't have any more other than the one that's on the deck. No, I can't. I can't keep holding this stuff. I can't. But then I won't have an Elemental Gun. Oh, it's so hard. Okay, I'm throwing these away. I can't hold cards this long. It's killing me. So I'm gonna put the Elemental Gun in play by tossing those other three cards. I gotta do it.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I'm not gonna use it because I already flipped. And that's that. All right.
Okay. No discards, a draw.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw
So
up.
5.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I get 6. Yeah.
3. Okay.
I don't have the aerial trait. So I got this card in the deck, which is kind of neat, but it's like very situational. I can see building like a crazy aerial deck with this. Like Star-Lord is aerial, I think. No, he's not. I have to get an attachment out for that, right? Choose up to X enemies where X is equal to the number of aerial characters you control. Deal 3 damage to each chosen enemy. So there's like more aerial stuff with this guy, but I feel like you need to like really build a deck around aerial for that kind of cool stuff. But it's in here. Gutsy Move, which is a thwart hero action for 2. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, or remove 2 additional threat from that scheme for each face down encounter card in front of you. I got Daring Escape again. We already saw 2 of them actually. And Blaze of Glory, max 1 per round. Each hero action. Each guardian character gets +2 thwart, +2 attack this phase. At the end of the phase, deal 1 damage to each guardian character. So that would wipe these 2 guys out. Ooh. Okay, anyways.
Okay, so I got a minion, Nebula, 2/2, cost 2, 2/2. After Nebula enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Acrobatic Move is 0 cost event. It's attack event, hero action attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1 cost upgrade, Keen Instincts. Resource is exhaust this to generate 1 wild resource for an attack or thwart event, which is good. We've had this one before that lets me, oh, maybe we haven't. I think I used it for something else. But search the top 4 cards, top 7 instead if I'm an alter ego for an attack event and add it to my hand. And Impede, this is a hero action. Thwart, remove 3 threat from the scheme. If this is the first card you play this round, return it to your hand. So that's like the red card that I have.
Thorderson over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And ready up all of our stuff.
Okay. All right. Good?
I think so.
Villain phase. We are going to add 4.
So I'll just take away 1, you drop a 5.
Okay.
And
And
then
then
we
we're going
charge.
to add 1. Oh, we got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Attack is going to come at me here. I have 8. I would love her to be standing to do an attack on him. 2. I'm going to just go with it. So 2 plus 1. And it has a boost which says, give the villain a tough status card. If the villain already has a tough status card, this gets +2 icons. So just 1. And we're going to add a tough. Okay, so this is a total of 3 damage coming at me. So I'm going to 5. I am definitely flipping next turn, I think.
Okay. So
He's going to scheme, right?
Yeah, he's scheming, straw boost.
So that's going to go there.
Well, you got to do the scheme first.
Oh, sorry, I thought it says, oh, after he schemes.
So,
sorry.
Yeah, he's in a scheme. So 1 plus 2 is 3 on the main scheme, which is up to 9 out of 16 already. Wow.
Then this would go on. We'll clear that off.
So 2 indirect damage.
Yeah. I'm at 3, but I'm going to flip.
Yeah, I'll go to 4. Oh, man. Oh. Yep. That sucks. Okay. Now.
Good. Encounters?
He did the thing, and then, yeah, encounter card. 1 and 1.
Okay. A Hull Breach Treachery. This is peril. You can't help me. When revealed, choose one. Exhaust the Milano. Spend 2 of these resources or deal 3 damage to the first player. Well, 3 damage will kill me. So it looks like I am going to spend 2 of the, whatever those resources are called. I don't remember.
I thought for sure you're going to exhaust Milano. I thought for sure. After you
feel like
those
we
cards.
need.
But that's okay. You made your decision. Can't go back.
Yeah.
As I've talked.
No, I think we need it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just like, man, you had a really cool turn coming up, removing threat. So it's like, oh my God. But it's okay.
Yeah.
it's like either move or threat with this, right? Or you save that and, you know,
Yeah.
do it with that. It's like, which one's easier
Exactly,
and
exactly.
cheaper? Okay.
That was mine.
All right. Oh, Badoon Assassin. After he engages your hero, it attacks you with +2. This is what I was afraid of. All right, so you're going in. So he's attacking here. Oh, it attacks you. Oh yeah, but I can still defend, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure. So I defend, and yeah. Oh, he just hits for 3. Yeah, which would kill this guy, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no, I hate this card. Villain Schemes. So he's gonna draw one of these, and he's gonna scheme for 1 plus this guy's engaged with me. And then after he engages you, if there's no one of your minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card, but there is another minion engaged with me. And then he schemes, so he gets another one of these charges.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can get out of control so fast.
Broken.
So we gotta hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're both on the edge here. This is falling apart. Okay, that's it, right?
Yep. Then I pass this to you.
Yeah, first player. Okay. All right, what's the plan? So I'm gonna exhaust this, just remove 3 off this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recover for 3, going up to 7. I'm then going to play Daring Escape. Oh no, it's a hero action, so I can't do the. Let me store something on the top then. Yeah, I'll just store Air Supremacy, flip it with my Alter Ego ability. There it is. That's what I was hoping for. Oh my god. I was like, my hit points are low. I need my endurance. Where is that one of? I put it in my deck. Yes. All right. So I flip it that. That's great. So I'm definitely going to play that. I will just +2 thwart, +2 attack. I mean, Rocket could just do a big thwart. Yeah, I'll just play Blaze of Glory. It's fine. All right. Blaze of Glory is going to play Endurance. So I go up 3 HP. So I'm 10 out of 13 is where I'm at.
That probably feels better.
Yes, it does. Style whatever. Go here. All right. Let's see. But I am kind of scared. I could have put that under your control.
That's okay. I can recover, and then I can recover again before I flip back, which could recover me 6 total.
Okay. I think you're good.
I think so.
Okay. So I'll flip. And I will deal myself an encounter card to ready up Star-Lord and draw a card. Okay. Star-Lord's going to attack to get rid of the stun. Okay. Oh, I didn't draw my card. Oh, Air Supremacy. Wow. Where'd that come from?
All right. You drew that card. Were you supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I will deal myself a face down encounter card to ready this guy. Probably so bad. So bad. And draw a card. Ooh, Nova Prime. Look at this beast. 5 cost, 3, 2, 3, 3. Response, after you play this guy, defeat a non-elite minion. Oh, you guys are both non-elite, but they're so easy. He does have aerial. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play something here. Let's play this for my cost reduction action. Play only if you control elemental gun, which I do. Now I can do an attack. Deal 5 damage, +2 additional for each face down encounter card. Oh no, I have to do this first. I have to do this first because it has piercing, right? To get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta spend something. Air Supremacy to pay for this, and it'll do piercing, so it gets rid of the tough, and it does 3 damage down to 9. And then Star-Lord, he's going to attack and kill this grunt for 2. Okay. Then it only does a 1. He's not that bad. Yeah, I'm gonna leave him, I think.
Yeah, because if I can trigger this off, then I will do it there.
And this only 9, so my sliding shot's gonna be too much damage. But it's still fine, I think. I could. You're gonna do some damage too, right?
Well, this is my hand now.
Because I'm debating, like, I could hit this hard and get him to the second set, but do we want him attacking for big hits yet? If you're sitting at 3 health and you're only going to possibly go up to 6, and you have a weak hand, and this guy's going to be smashing like crazy, or scheming even worse. So I don't know if we're ready for that, or do I hold off on a big attack till we get him closer to flipping? Then I do that after the fact. I just drop Nova in now. Nova will pop this guy to play, and then Nova could do like a little 3 attack on him, or Rocket can do like a, Rocket has overkill actually.
Oh, so it'll just spill.
Yeah, it'll spill, so we can just do that. And I could instead do some thwarting. Yeah, this will do 2 plus 2 for everything in front of me. Could just do that instead. 7 on here. So right now I could remove 6 by just playing this like this. Oh.
I mean, if you get him to the second level, I would do 5 before I flip instead of recovering 3 this turn.
So this would spill over 1. So do 5. So 4 spills over. He goes down to a 5. And the Nova can put him down to 2 left.
Can you put that in play?
Yeah, if I use his reduction. And instead of doing the big damage.
Oh, okay.
So I use these 2. Reduction. Nova comes into play. And there's no minion to defeat. So I might as well hold this guy. But he could do 3 damage also. So I could do 7 damage, bring him down to 2. Or I can just play sliding shot. Yeah, let's just do a sliding shot. All right, sliding shot, which reduce it for 3. I draw another encounter card. This is getting silly. I'll do 5 damage, deal an additional 2. Yeah, so it's too much, but we'll take him down to 0. And then his first level's gone. Whatever. So the second one, if you can go find that attachment, it says when revealed, if Drang's Spear is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang's Spear, reveal it, shuffle the encounter deck. So now he has 2 scheme, and he still does the force response where he'll charge up the Badoon ship, and then 3 attack now instead of 2. But even worse, did I accidentally throw the spear in the favorite shredder?
I don't know. Oh, there it is. I was going to say, I don't see it.
So we got a weapon attached to Drang. Drang gains Stalwart. He cannot be stunned or confused. Not that we're really doing that stuff anyway. But any of those decks that were like stun decks or whatever in the past, this guy kind of like says no. But he does get +1 attack, which is the worst part in our case. At least it took a 3 boosts card out of the freaking deck.
Yeah.
So he's attacking for 4 by default, plus boost card. So yeah, we saw there's a 3 that flipped off the deck already today.
Yeah.
So that can get a little ridiculous. So we gotta watch out. He can one-shot one of us. So we gotta get those allies in play to take those shots. And even scheming, he's now scheming for 2 plus boost. So now he comes out at 14 per player. So he's going to 28. Okay. And Rocket. Rocket should probably just defend, actually.
How much would overkill?
4 would go onto the boss,
4.
which is probably good, like
And
to
then I
just
can hit
raise,
for
right?
then I can hit for another 4.
Yeah, let's just do
But
it.
no, but if it's gonna kill you or
It
put
just
you
rocket goes away,
4.
and I'm about to draw. I'm about to
No,
flip
I think
these.
maybe you need him.
Maybe, yeah.
Because you also have this guy, right? That's gonna.
No, he'll be dead from the kill.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's just do the rocket kill. Let's just do it. I'll just have no allies to back me up. That's my only problem. But I do have 10 health. All right. So he's gonna attack here, defeat this guy. He's 1, and it's got overkill, so 5. So 4 is gonna spill over here, going down to 24, and then he's gonna take a consequential, and rockets and its blaster are gone, and that is that.
You're good.
I think so.
Okay, so then in this case, I will attack, dealing 4 damage, putting him to 20. Okay. Okay, so here is, I could for free do another 2, which would remove a threat. Actually, I'm just going to chance it. I'm just going to chance it. So we're going to, for free, we're going to do 2 damage
Did you
here.
do this?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Right.
Yeah. 2 damage to the boss. This is an attack.
Down to 18.
So I get to remove 1 threat from a scheme. Then we are going to flip. I will do my ability. Look at the top card. If it's an attack or thwart event, draw it.
Yeah.
It is, but
5 damage. Save
but I
that.
was going to say I could use.
Well, if you,
Okay.
yeah, no, stay alive.
Yeah, if I use
Stay
these,
alive.
I can pay for.
You have other attack events. It's fine.
Okay, so then I'll pay 2.
But a nice uppercut would have,
I
you
know,
know, that's
I know.
juicy. 5 damage, right?
Pay 2 for Nebula, who has response. After Nebula enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand.
Oh.
So now I can potentially, if I
remember, you're in ultra ego, so you won't be able to play those probably.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you're just getting something for next round,
Oh, if I'm getting something for next round,
right?
Yeah.
I don't think you have any that are not hero
No, you're right.
actions,
You're right. You're right.
It's gonna have attack or thwart. Or you could do something the counter one you like.
Yeah, but I don't think. What is that one? Let's see.
Well, you could do it when he attacks me.
Oh, I could.
You know this now.
Yeah. So let's take.
So I'm gonna make you use
Let's
cards on me.
take that.
Yeah. Get the card that helps me more. Yeah.
Yeah, but this also will do other things. So
I
that's
know
good.
it will do other things. I'm saying get it.
Oh, but I'm not on the right side to get the full benefit.
Oh, it's hero interrupts. Oh,
Oh, I
you
can't.
play it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
never
Let's not
mind.
take that
Never
one.
mind,
Let's
never
not
mind.
take that one. Let's
My
take.
bad.
I
It's
could
hero
take an uppercut
just for
for next turn, but again, it's 3.
But it's 5 damage. We gotta race him like.
Or I could take for 2. I could take decisive blow, which does 4, and if I do play a thwart event, that turn also gets 7. Maybe I'll take this one.
know.
It's a little bit cheaper.
I don't know what to tell
It's
you.
a little bit cheaper. I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then
What's she doing?
she is going to. I feel like she just needs to attack because then maybe she defends for you. I'll attack for 2. This is in my hand. Sorry.
Down to 16.
Okay. I feel like that's good.
Okay. She might be the one taking your indirect damage if that happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Dylan? Or no, our
No,
turn.
our turn.
Discard.
So I'm gonna keep this, and then I get to draw up to 6. I'm gonna draw 5
Discard
cards.
this one.
1, 2.
1, 2. Oh, I gotta get ready, so I could possibly ready up Nova Prime in the turn to use them, but I also can ready your ally. Interesting.
Okay,
if
so
she's still alive.
This is a decent card. Hit and run, hero action, attack or thwart, deal 2 damage to an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme. This is good because if I can play, which I can't afford, but if I could play all of these, both of these together, that's a huge combo. Maybe I can't afford it because I do have an energy actually. Maybe. Okay, so we'll see what happens and then
Ready up. So villain. Just gonna put 4 here. That puts a charge here. Now this guy's big boy now. He's looking at first player. He wants to attack.
Do you want me to block for you? I'm happy to.
4.
I have 3.
Yeah.
Even if we got the 2 indirect, I think I'm okay.
Go ahead.
So I'll defend for you.
Okay. So he's boosting.
Well, I don't have to do that, actually, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you exhaust minions to defend or allies to defend. So it's a +1. So it's hitting for 5 damage.
Dead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh.
It's a good one to do that on.
Okay.
Okay.
He's going to scheme for 2 plus
1.
1. So 3. Do you have enough? 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, we're at 13 out of 16.
Okay. That will also put a counter on the ship.
Okay. Encounter cards.
You get
draw
one
me
first. Oh, that one's yours at the top. Sorry. And then this is mine.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Whee!
It's maybe bad.
This could end the game right here. All right. What do we get? A Badoon Sentry.
Okay.
So just a retaliate 1, hits for 1, whatever. Nothing to worry
Not
about.
the worst.
5 health though. Oh, another assassin. After it engages your hero, it attacks with +2. That's the worst part.
Okay.
But these might make him attack again, which is I'm so scared of.
Well,
But
I have
I can
nothing
only
to-
defend for 1, so like I'm just gonna take it, go down to 7.
okay.
Badoon Grunt. Holy minions, Batman. Put him into play. After he engages you, if there are no other minions. Okay, so none
That
of
one's
that.
good.
Yeah, he would have given more encounter cards.
And
That's
maybe we can
crazy.
just ignore them.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gamora looks sad, which means you have an obligation to deal with.
Oh, okay. So you may flip to alter ego form. Choose one. I already am. Exhaust your alter ego, remove this from the game, or choose and discard 2 events from your hand.
To discard it, which just puts it back in there.
Oh, if I
I know you have
do you have something that can stand me? Or stand an ally?
An ally, but not a character, not a hero.
Okay, or I could just discard 2 events from my hand. Okay.
Take your time.
Yep.
Take your time. Evaluate.
If I exhaust, I'm at 3 and I have to flip.
Question.
So I'm not...
Can we totally do 16 damage on our turn so you don't have to worry about healing ever? That's the question. Because
I know, that's what I'm thinking too.
The only issue is this: we didn't get our 2 extra victory points. I may not sleep well tonight if we don't get those.
That can do that. Those can do that. Oh, and I have to discard 2 is the problem.
Yeah, Daniel, fully modular. This game is all modular. Like your aspect, you put in your hero is a module of cards. You pick an aspect, you can put, obviously that's customizable, but you can only put so many in the deck, up to 50 cards, around 40. You can put neutrals, but the bad guy decks come with modules you put in. You add different modules to up the difficulty. And if you're just playing it standalone, you want to just spice up the villain, you can take out modules and just add other random modules in just to try out different mixes. And every expansion, like villain expansion or whatever, or campaign, or even a core set, comes with a whole bunch of modules. Just like in Arkham Horror LCG, if you know that, with all the different enemy modules that you add into a scenario. Same kind of idea. Yes, you can randomly generate the bad guy deck. Yes, you can. Yep. You just have, I don't know if there's an app for that or not. You could just do it yourself by just like rolling a die and picking, but there's a lot of modules right now. Because every time you get a new villain, you get quite a few modules, and a campaign expansion comes with a whole bunch. But yes, you can switch out modules, and every time you get new modules, you can use those in older villains to change up how they work. But the villain has their own set module they always play with, or maybe it's a couple of them sometimes that they always have to have for them to like work properly. But there's other ones that are interchangeable, which is neat. And then this card we're only playing with because of campaign, I think. Yeah. So sometimes certain cards get added in because of campaign versus standalone, which are different.
Okay. I have made my decision. I will discard 2 event cards from my hand. I can't chance it. We're so close. And this just gets discarded, right? So I can get shuffled back.
Daniel, I would say it's the closest to Aeon's End. Yeah, it is the closest to Aeon's End, I would think. Okay. Like, do you not get the same, like, overall vibe of us playing Marvel Champions and playing Aeon's End? Feels very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Obviously, you're not building your deck on the fly. Obviously, they're completely different. Like, one, you're building your deck beforehand. One, you're building your deck during play. But overall, the playing against the AI feels kind of like the same kind of flow, which is neat. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, you're done that. So I'm going to flip this and hope it's not bad. Oh, it's just a blockade. So it's going to hinder 2 when revealed. Place 2, or sorry, 2 per player threat on here, and then the first player may exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat. So it's going to get
6?
4, 5, 6, yeah.
So
And then
we now can't remove off here till this is gone. That is so bad.
what's the symbol again?
We cannot remove
that's
threat
what that
off
means.
here
Sorry.
until we get rid of this one.
Thanks, sorry.
That is so bad.
Okay.
Crisis icon.
Crisis
yeah.
icon. Okay. Then I am first player. Okay.
But the Milano will get 3 off here. So
Oh.
But this one's going to flip. If we go one more round, this one's flipping, I think. Unless we make sure the villain doesn't scheme.
Okay, here's the thing.
And we remove some threat.
I'm just counting it out because I'm first. I may be
yeah.
able to. So if I flip without...
Kill him!
If I flip without healing, I can do 4. We'd be at 12. Then I can do a decisive blow for another 4. We'd be at 8. I have to do this first actually to see if it'll work. Or I would do this. Then I can do another 3.
If
We'd
you
be at 5.
can end it, that's fine.
I could probably get him down to 5.
The only thing is... oh, you can get him to 5.
Could you finish him from 5?
Can you thwart anything?
Some
Because we're allowed to get threat off this one that's victory points.
Oh, some of the attack will
like
remove.
1. You can get 1 off.
Okay, let's do this first. Let's do this first because this is not going to change anything, but it might make my decision. Look at the top card of my deck, and if it's an attack or thwart event, I get to draw it. Oh, but this is what I wanted. How can I draw another card? Oh my god. How can I draw that? So that's not an event, so I can't draw it. But okay.
Let me check if I have anything to help you draw cards. No.
Okay, so then. Dang, I was even thinking...
Oh, I do. If you play a Guardian ally, I can exhaust this to allow you to draw a card.
I don't have any allies.
You don't have Drax?
No. Okay,
Come on.
that's fine.
Come on.
But I could use this. So if I got him down to 5, you could finish him. You could do 5 damage.
Well, I can do 2 from this for sure and 3 from this.
So that's 5, right?
Yes. So if that math checks out, yes. But I'm now looking at this. If we can get 6 off here, which I should be able to do 4.
I would be able to do 1 because I'd play...
Oh, yeah, I can. As if I get my ally into play and he thwarts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
Okay, so this could be risky. This could be very risky.
I might not be mathing correctly, but this is like not... But as long as we kill him, that's all good.
That's all that matters. Okay, so
but I would like to get the 2 victory points. It'd be amazing. And if we don't flip this, that's amazing.
Okay.
And if we have no minions in play, which is too bad.
That's probably not going to happen. Okay, so I'm not going to heal, and I'm going to flip. I will first do 4 damage to the boss. Okay. Just hold it, because then I'll do...
So down to 12.
Okay. Then I will spend 2 energy to pay for a decisive blow, which lets me do 4 damage to an enemy.
You don't have a thwart event?
No.
Did you toss one?
I was trying to... No.
When you
I tossed the one that was 3 that I couldn't play. I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Okay.
That's what I was
with
hoping.
This economy?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 4 damage.
So
plus
4 more,
it's an
down
attack.
to 8.
So because it's an attack, I can remove 1 threat.
Okay, down to 5 left on our victory point card.
Okay, now if I use the Milano as a wild resource, plus I use this card, that's 2, I can play a Clobber, which will deal 3 damage to an enemy. It's not the first card I play, so... I could have done it. Yes. But then I would have 1 card in my hand. Then I would just have it back in my hand. Oh, hold on. Yeah. So then let's do... If I did the energy for the Clobber...
That would have done...
3 versus instead of 4. So rewind that 1.
So that's 9 now.
That would be discarded. This would come back to my hand.
Yeah.
And I still have to pay both of these.
Doesn't do anything.
Oh, but then I don't have to use this. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Then I don't have to use this. So then I'll do 2 to pay for the decisive blow, which then does 4 damage. 4 more? 4 more, yeah. So total of...
So we're down to 5.
Total of 7 that I did plus the 4.
So 11. And he was at 16, so we're
yeah.
down to 5.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Then I can use the Milano to do 3.
But not off the one we care about.
Well, let's just do it off that one, sure.
This one, sure.
You need 2?
Actually, I'll just...
Unless you want a resource. Do you want a resource?
I mean, I could.
Okay, here, put that 3 back, because if
Yeah,
that'll help us get that, then we'll use that for a resource.
Sure.
Okay.
It'd probably be better.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
This feels so scary.
Okay.
You need to finish it.
Finish it. All right. Let's try to do this in the right order. This is a resource. Okay.
So yeah, I probably could have then, when I was debating between discarding, I did discard the hit and run instead of the decisive blow because that was cheaper. But with having that extra resource from the mono, I could have done that. So that's too bad.
Okay, we're gonna play Nova Prime. We're gonna draw myself an encounter card. To reduce him by 3, we're gonna pay.
Do you want one?
Bad. Oh yeah. Bad Boy is 1. Milano is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I put him into play, I exhaust this because he's a guardian to draw a card. Blaze of Glory, you say? That sounds like a card to play on the final round of the game. Blaze of Glory. So we got Nova Prime. I mean, like the art on that is just goodness. I like that. It's just so powerful. He's huge. He works out, bro. All right. After you play him, defeat a non-elite enemy.
Is that your strongest one? Because maybe we can actually do
I
this.
know. That's why I'm trying to be greedy and get all the villains out of play, or the minions out of play too.
But you also have to do this if you want, because that's 2, right?
It's either I get these guys out of play, and get 1 from it, or we get 1 from that.
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
It's like whichever one. If I can do
one
both,
works.
amazing. But could we survive one more?
No, we cannot. I have 3 health.
Oh yeah, and then if we let this slip, we'd lose one.
Yeah,
So we want to keep that
no,
one.
no.
Yeah,
Just...
okay. All right. Let's see here. So Nova Prime. Can I do this? He can thwart for 2. He can thwart for 2. I have a card that thwarts, and it will take off 4. I can ready an ally too. So let's so that should do either do 6 total thwart. I think we got this if I'm doing it right.
But think about it, because maybe you can get rid of these minions too.
That's what I'm thinking. So this guy's gonna. Oh yeah, I have this too.
But you need 5
Oh,
here.
that's right. That's right.
But what's this? This is only 3?
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit for 2 on this guy. I don't think I can do them all, but we'll get them out of play. Let's do the gun costs a resource. That's the problem. Probably can't do everything I want to do. Yeah, that's the problem. Can I flip and play what I want? Blaze of Glory for 2. Each guardian character gets +2 thwart. Oh, that's him too. Not just allies. Oh, okay. Undo. This comes back. Yeah. I didn't realize it's guardian characters, not just allies.
Yeah.
He's a guardian. That's it. He's a guardian. Oh, you get that too if I played it first. So it's max 1 per round. Each guardian character gets +2 thwart and +2 attack this phase. At the end of the phase, deal 1 damage. Yeah, obviously. So I'll use power leadership to play that. So
Does it say in play though?
it's an event.
Oh, okay.
So we're jacked.
Okay.
These guys just got jacked, bro. They
They're
just went to the gym and they're jacked.
Okay.
And they're ready. Okay, so this should be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I could thwart or fight. That's the problem. So I have to fight 1, 2. This guy's actually can one-shot him. So he's the final blow. So
He can hit for...
yeah.
Oh, he's going to finish with this.
Can I do it all? Yeah, because I can ready with this guy. I might be 1 short on something. Okay, this guy's going to thwart, I think, for 4. Okay. I'm going to ready him. Oh, I thought you put this on here.
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm going to ready an ally. Okay.
If you have played it on my turn, it would have given her the same thing. She could have done
Could
2
I have
more
done it?
damage to drink, because it's an event, right?
Yeah, I didn't draw it, right? I already had that, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I drew it. Did I draw? Yeah, I think I drew it off this, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think I drew into Blaze of Glory just now on my turn.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. pretty sure that's what I just drew. So I don't think I would have had it on your turn.
Okay, that's fine.
But yes, we need to know that going forward is if I have that, if you're even going first, I could still play it on your turn. Just to buff all the guardians. Because you're a guardian, you
Yeah,
could
so
have Drax in play,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
and then all my guys get buffed. The only thing is it deals 1 damage to all of them at the end of the turn, so it's a good, like, finishing play.
Yeah, but this we knew hopefully is going to be the end. Yeah,
It is.
It is.
I just don't know if I can get both these guys defeated. Because this guy wants...
And this card is for this, right?
Yeah, so I don't think I have enough because I only have one more thing with him, one with this, one with this. So one of them is this guy is the final one hit on here. Oh, so that then these two will take this out, but not one to clear here.
This can do 5 damage.
Yeah, because they're all +2 thwart and +2 attack.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so I either take all the minions out or I can get this gone. Oh, this lets me draw a card.
Oh, do that.
Oh, but that's it's not the play.
Yeah.
But I mean, we try.
Yeah.
So I will thwart with Star-Lord, I guess. And we'll get this off here. This leaves play. Each player may draw a card. So that goes in our victory display.
Now.
Oh! I don't think that's going to help, but oh! It plays this, which is removing threat. Which
But
I wish...
You need the... Oh, you don't...
I wish. Yeah, it's like I can't do it in the right order, but it's okay. So I'm going to throw away this card.
Like one shy, eh?
Yeah. So I'll fire on this
That
guy.
sucks.
He's gone. He's gone. And then, yeah.
Yeah, that's my bad because had
okay.
because had I not discarded this card, I thought I wouldn't be able to afford to play it, but I did have that one resource. I discarded this card for that event one, which would have let me do a thwart, which would have then let me ping 1.
So I might as well flip. I doubt it will change anything, but I'm gonna switch this card with the top, right?
Maybe.
Or did I start my turn on?
No, I started on that one.
Okay. I'll flip. I'll switch. Laser Blaster. I wish it did like a separate attack. But I don't even have the money to put it on.
Oh, I was like, it gains overkill though, so.
Yeah, no, it's not.
But if you could have shot here and then.
Not the card.
No,
it would have been.
If you could have attached. I have this, but I can't give that to you, right?
I don't think so. Damn.
Yeah, that would have done it.
That would have given overkill. Oh no. Yeah, for 1, I could have attached it on him, overkilled this guy for 1, and the other 5 would have spilt over and killed.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing.
No, because I can't. Oh. Yeah, I can't use this on him, right?
It's only actions. Damn. That would have been awesome. So anyways, Nova Prime will just hit for 5 and kill the bad guy.
Oh.
Boom.
Okay, 1 victory point.
Damn.
That's okay.
Damn. Yeah, I know someone will watch later in the comments and be like, if 2 turns ago Rob didn't save this card and drew this card and got this card.
The only difference.
And Mel didn't chose to do this on the peril card. And,
if I discarded this card instead of this card, we would have had it.
Oh my god.
Because this would have been able to remove threat and I would have pinged the 1. So
that's why I asked you, did you get rid of a thwart?
But I really thought that we needed this.
I needed another get ready. That would have been awesome too, but I think there's only 2 in the whole deck, and I may have already seen 1.
I thought we needed this for the scheme, which, yeah. So I wasn't even counting it as an
No, I
extra
didn't see the
resource.
get ready. What else was on here? No, yeah. No. But that was fun. That was fun. So
Still good. I'm happy with that.
We just lost 1 experience. We're so close though, like 1 shot away. That was amazing though. And even their starter decks, basically starter decks. Mine's just tweaked by like 5 cards, but still pretty cool. All right, where are we? So now we go to the victory of the campaign.
And I'll record all this after.
Yeah, we can write it out. So we record in the victory in the campaign log. So in the unspent units box, you record 1 unit for each player. Then we'll get the amount of up to 3 maximum from the victory display, which we have these 2 cards, Victory 1 and Victory 2.
So we got the full 3.
So we got 4 each total so far. And then if we keep reading, we record 1 unit for each player if there's no minions in play. Womp womp.
So close.
1 away.
1 away.
And then record 1 unit for each player if the main scheme is on stage 1B Terrestrial Invasion, which we're still there. We're still there on 1B Terrestrial Invasion.
So we're at 5 experience now.
And then it says if Badoon Hunter is in the victory display, which I just showed you he is, we're going to mark the box beside Scenario 1, Brotherhood of Badoon, in the Hunter Defeated section. Those endings are both the best and worst.
I know, right?
Are
you supposed to read that as an ending, or are you supposed to
I
read
don't
it
know.
as the
I've
beginning?
never read it. Let's find out. So, the collector ship orbiting an alien world. The Badoon were sent to Earth by the collector to capture the Reality Stone. He wants to collect all the Infinity Stones and already has the Power Stone. That wacko has an Infinity Stone? We're approaching his ship in stealth mode. I am Groot. Okay, team. Here's the plan. We get the stone and get out before anybody even knows we're here. And on the bottom, right, new plan. Fight our way out. Ha ha ha, yes, says Drax. No, that really just sets up the next one. So
we shouldn't have read
read that today. Yeah, it's just setting up the next
we'll
one.
do it again.
Setting up the next one, which tune in Saturday for Infiltrate the Museum, scenario number 2, which has a whole bunch of new setup stuff. Has something called the Collection.
Oh.
Whatever the heck that means. So yeah, and a whole bunch of other victory stuff, which is cool. So we'll check that out then. But Mel will jot all that stuff in our campaign log after the stream.
5 victory points or experience or units or whatever we want to call them.
How many do we get? 5? 5. Okay, 5. So based on that, excuse me. So any of the 7 unit cost market cards there, we can ignore those. But we have 6, so we could start looking at like
5.
Or 5, sorry, 5. So ignore the 6 costs also. So this is how many options we could spend our units on in different denominations. So they go as cheap as 1 and as expensive as 5 that we can afford. So what we're going to do, yeah,
940?
Yeah, so what we'll do is feel free to leave in the comments below after the stream if you have any recommendations. Mel and I will go through them off stream, maybe cut down to some ones we're thinking of taking.
Yeah.
But if we incorporate any of your suggestions, we'll talk about it at the start of the next episode. We can go through the ones we've narrowed down. I just don't want to sit here going one by one through like 20 plus cards, it feels like here.
Yeah, we can pick some of our
that's even taking out the 6 and 7 costs. There's still so many, and there's upgrades, there's events. Maybe that's all there is. No allies. Yeah, it's all upgrades and events, I think. Yeah, all upgrades and events. So I'm assuming Mel will probably look at events more because Gamora wants attack and thwart events.
Especially because I can search for them.
And we know there's thwart and attack events in here, some free ones that draw you cards and do some cool things. So that could fuel your ability of doing more damage or thwarting more.
Yep.
Depending on putting those in. There's healing stuff in here, defensive protection style stuff. I looked through some of them today. There's ways of doing more damage. There's like looking at cards, like putting cards on top or bottom. There's readying. There's additional damage off of like weapon upgrades and stuff. There's defensive, like armor upgrades. Giving tough status cards. Readying a friendly character, drawing a card. Man, there's so many cool things in here. And you're going to be buying these throughout the thing. So like we could save up, like we could buy like, a 1 or 2 cost card or, a couple ones each and save like 3 of it and then get our victory points next scenario and be able to then afford some of the 7s or the 6s and stuff. I don't know how much you get a scenario and what's possible. So this one, I think the most we could have gotten to is 6. So obviously we can't afford a 7 yet. But maybe in the later scenarios, like by scenario 4, they're throwing victory points at you so that you can buy some of the bigger ones for the final showdown.
Yeah. The other option is maybe to spend like 3 or 4 of it and hold the rest for the next one.
Yeah, that could.
But again, we don't know how much we're going to get. So
yeah,
it's tough.
I don't know what's even possible. But we can look at that on Saturday's stream at the start when we're kind of like deciding and then we can look at the victory points for the scenario we have set up and we're about to play.
Yeah.
And see what is even possible that we could earn maximum, and then kind of decide if we save a couple for that, or, you know. But again, it's cool. Such a cool addition. I'm glad that they did this. It's like definitely better than the Rise of the Red Skull. I like the options there. And this Badoon Headhunter guy, I'm excited to see how this evolves as we play through.
Yeah.
So next episode we'll be playing a new villain. Sorry, a villain. Yeah, we'll be playing against a new villain in the next scenario, and we will possibly tweak our decks. So that's the other thing. If you're watching this, once the stream's over, the comment section opens. Feel free to comment down below or post a link if you can in the comments. I'm not sure.
I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can, I think. Sometimes they might get held and we can just approve them.
Yeah, but if you post a link to marvelcdb.com, if you built a Gamora deck or, tweaked one of your own, or a Star-Lord deck and you want us to take a look, I mean, we have no problem. We're playing standard campaign, so we can totally tweak the decks as we go. So if you just have some card recommendations, Rob, take out these 3 cards. They're stinking it up in that starter deck. Go find these in your collection. We have the whole pool. Go grab them, put them in the deck, Rob. Like, I'll do it. I don't mind tweaking my deck between. These packs are new. I've only now played Star-Lord. This is like the 3rd time. So I'm still getting used to some of the cards. I'm feeling like I find when you play Marvel Champions, some cards you feel like they're dead cards in your deck, but then you just see them with another card or see them early or at the right time, and all of a sudden they become awesome.
Yeah.
And when you don't see them, they're just a resource. So sometimes I take cards out because it's like, I haven't seen this card shine in 2 games. You're out. And that's like, wait, no. Now it makes other cards weaker. I should have probably left it in just in case, because worst case it's a resource. But
because now you put another card that you want and you can't afford it.
Yeah, that happens too. Or I throw off the number of certain energy or resources on the bottom of the cards, the physical or mental or whatever, and mess with it. So yeah, well, any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Any experimenting you've done with your Gamora or Star-Lord decks, cards you think we should be looking at to put in our decks. We'll tweak and change between each scenario. All good. And we'll definitely be buying some market cards.
Also, let me know if you think it's a good idea if I should add in the card that lets me have 3 extra hit points or a few extra hit points. It was dicey
Endurance?
there.
Endurance?
Is that what it's called? Is that the only one?
This one? I don't know.
Or is there other options of similar cards?
I don't think so.
Know. But that's one of the cards I'm debating, or I was debating. And again, I got down to 3.
Yeah. It just allows you to stay in hero form a little longer. Because you play it out, you get that extra buffer of 3.
Yeah, it just gives
It's like a mid-game heal. Sometimes you get it right at the start. You feel a little more confident. You can stay in hero form a little longer.
Yeah.
Shadow Server says you're going to need to tweak. That's part of the difficulty of this box, is you realize you need to change up in between because taking the same decks through all scenarios isn't really viable. Oh, that's cool too.
Okay, good to know.
That's cool too.
Well, you have to tell us how to tweak it.
Shadow Server, we're casual to this game. We pulled it back out after not playing it for like 8 months plus. I literally, we just got like this week or last week. We got all the packs we hadn't got in like 8 months. So we have all the collection now. I put everything in the box. I've opened all the packs. I haven't gone through all the cards yet. So I don't even know what we've gotten in other packs. I just started looking at the Guardian stuff. And that's why I pulled stuff from like Rocket or from the Guardians of the Galaxy box and stuff. But I need to go beyond that. For sure. But I'll try to do that before Saturday, kind of see. I don't know if we'll get a chance to play the collector before next stream, just to try him out as like standalone, so that we're not like completely tanking on stream. But I mean, we could. I mean.
Oh, Shadow Server's Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Oh, sneaky bugger.
Why didn't you tell us that earlier?
You changed your name. He wanted to see if we were talking bad about him, so he showed up. He's like hiding in the back, and we're like, yeah, that Ryan Fournier guy. How dare he? I don't even see him anymore in the Marvel streams. Where's this guy? Anyways.
But I thought you don't have these decks. I thought you posted a post in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I saw it actually, Ryan.
Yet, right?
Did you get them? I know you said you're having trouble getting them or something. I saw your post, but I can't comment. I'm not in the U.S., so I couldn't. I didn't want to say, hey Ryan, I'm in Canada. I got mine already last week.
Yeah, whoop, whoop. We're not trying to rub it in or anything.
Yeah, not trying to rub it in or anything. Yeah. You'll see when you play Click Joke. Exactly. Let's see. Oh, you got them today. Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay,
nice.
Good.
Awesome. And Dan says, I've never pulled this game out and regretted it. My inner comic collecting child loves it every time. Yeah, it definitely brings me back to the 80s and 90s of reading comics. Oh, man. Yeah. For me, that was my comic years. I know other people are going to laugh and be like, I was reading them in 1939 for 10 cents. Detective Comics #1. I was there to buy it. I don't know what year that really was, but somewhere way back then. But yeah.
Dan's gonna change his name to Bob Chapman.
Oh man.
Are you changing
Get a
your
Bob
picture?
Chapman showing two Bob Chapman showing up at the same time, and then one of them's ripping on Dan Roberts, the other one's loving Dan Roberts, and he's not here. We think he's not defending himself. We don't know what's going on.
Changing your icon too?
Yeah, we know.
We recognize you now.
Yeah, you have to just right click and steal his image. Anyway.
Oh, that was fun though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to get this game back on the table.
Yeah, definitely brought back some feels.
Yeah, it's this so far this scenario is really cool. This is like our third time I think playing this scenario, and yeah, it's don't sleep on it. There'll be in no time 3 or 4 schemes out, dealing you extra cards, boosting counter cards. There's another environment card that comes out, starts dealing you 1 damage at the end of the villain phase.
Oh yeah.
There's other ways that charges start firing on that ship more quickly. That means more indirect damage.
I didn't
Yeah, it
see
gets out
many
of control.
minions. I only had 1 this
I
whole
had
game.
them all in
You
front of
had them
me.
all. Well, you were drawing so many cards, I guess.
But
It
still,
makes sense,
usually I do that. I'll draw I'll get like 3 or 4 encounter cards in front of me. Maybe 2 are a minion in this scenario. But then I get like, oh, the villain's now going to scheme. Oh, the villain's going to do this. And it's like, this time it was like minion. It went a little crazy. And then I had your obligation in there too. That was weird.
yeah. That was annoying. Had that not come up, then would change that whole turn.
Ryan, I've been wanting to get this game back to the table for a while. Just we got into Arkham and then playing board games in between. But we've been staring at this, and like 2 weeks ago, we went and bought everything for it to get caught up, and we were gonna play just this expansion, the Most Wanted. We are just gonna play it by itself with just the heroes that came in it. But I was like, no, I want to play all the other heroes. I'll get to them. I need to start playing solo again during the day with this game. To start trying out these heroes. Like, I have not tried so many heroes from this game. I haven't played with so many cards. Haven't played so many scenarios. I want to go back and replay the other villains and try different heroes with them and stuff. This game has so much to it, and it's just growing and growing and growing. But that's the problem with these. I find with myself and the cooperative LCGs. There's no pressure with them. You can jump in anytime. Mm-hmm. You can collect the past collection whenever. There is no scheduled tournaments like with a competitive LCG where I feel if I don't have that pack on a Thursday before my Saturday tournament where that pack is legal, I'm at a disadvantage. And I need to get that pack. I'm like showing up at the game store as soon as it opens, going, get me my damn pack so I can go home, start building decks and play testing if I haven't proxied it already. And there's like a pressure to it of getting the packs when they come out. In this one, just like the other competitive LCGs, you just kind of buy it whenever, play whatever, make your collection however big you want, and just build with whatever. And yeah, you do whatever you want. There's no pressure to missing a pack. I find. Maybe it will get that way as power creep happens and scenarios maybe get harder later, where it's like, ooh, to beat that villain, you're gonna need like the card, like 3 cards from this pack, 3 cards from that pack, or there is no way that, you know, Doctor Strange can beat that villain that comes out 2 years from now. That might happen. That might happen. Fine. So Ant-Man's your favorite? I need to play Ant-Man and Wasp. We need to duel. We're going to duel that after this campaign. I want to duel. We'll do the Ant-Man and Wasp, and then we'll also do Rocket and Groot. Rocket and Groot, aka Root, and we'll play those guys together because they have some team up cards, which are kind of neat. I like that idea of team up cards.
Their decks are neat. I definitely do like Gamora's deck more so.
Yeah, of course.
But I like the theme and the style of it.
I want to play Gamora solo. She seems like a really good solo one.
Because she can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, thread and the fighting, like has it all kind of covered. Yeah. It's neat. Yeah. And she can play out of factions or out of aspect stuff, which is really cool. Yeah. I like that idea. She seems like a really cool one for solo. Like true solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely excited to bring this back, though.
Yes. All right. I think it's going to wrap it up. we're gonna get out of here, but we will be back, like I said, Saturday at noon Eastern, I think. You can find out in the video description. There is a playlist link to the future streams that are already scheduled, or if they've already happened, there are videos in there. So you can go set reminders. Best way to not miss a stream is hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell to turn on notifications so you know when we go live. If you want to see more Marvel Champions on the channel, hit that like button. The more likes the video gets, supposedly YouTube will see that in the algorithm and present it to other people more often, and when they're searching and things, so it helps the whole algorithm deal, is what I've been told. So hit that like button. It'll help other people find the videos, which means more people find the channel, more people watch the videos, join in on live streams, just get some more live chat going, and helps the channel grow. And we'll be playing more Marvel Champions, because if people are coming and watching us play, yes, we're not pros, we're not like deep in the game, I understand. It's a lifestyle game. We can only have so many of those at one time, or else then you're forgetting about everything else in life. If you're playing more than 2 LCGs at a time, you're crazy, for one. You're crazy.
Or you're making mistakes.
I've tried. Or you're just you're not deep in all of them. Because it's hard.
It's hard.
I mean deep in, like you're checking spoilers, you're listening to 3 different podcasts, you're in 16 different social media groups about the game, and you're on forums and all that stuff. And you're collecting the game, and you're playing the crap out of it solo and with friends, and getting other people into the game, and showing up to organized play events if you can. That's getting deep into a lifestyle game, and to find the time to do that for multiple of them, it's hard. So I'm trying to dabble into a few of them, so we'll see how far we go with it. But it's tough. It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough.
But it's so fun. So fun. Josh saying Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are super fun together as well. All right.
Awesome. We'll have to try that
so
too.
we have our Marvel Champions duo streams now planned for like the next month then.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Ryan does say that he can give you a Groot protection deck when you're ready.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I built a Groot Justice, and I understand what I was doing, and I was having fun with it. But I don't know. I felt it was a little slow for this scenario at least, and that kind of turned me off of it a little bit. But I could tell how it could shine. Like Groot with Justice can really shine if you need a Justice in the pair, depending on the villain too, right? But Groot Protection, yeah, as long as it's good 2-player, that's the thing, Ryan. We're looking for good 2-player decks that kind of like help each other cover each other's weaknesses and kind of like help you in a 2-player situation. Because I know sometimes Protection, maybe it's gotten better, but I remember like early Protection was like, you kind of only want to have a Protection player. I could be wrong, but I used to feel like Protection was good if you had a 3rd or 4th player to add in to really help everyone out. It's not like...
It's not super strong.
Well, it's not doing the main things of the game.
Yeah.
Like when you look at Arkham Horror, it's like you defeat enemies or evade them. So dealing with enemies is one, and dealing with the brain fart.
The threat? The act or agenda?
Yeah, like clues. Clue gathering.
Oh.
Clue gathering is the word I'm looking for.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
So there's 2 main things to the game. In this, it's similar, right? Dealing with threat and fighting. Like dealing with enemies and health and stuff, damage. So if you're not doing those 2 things and protecting by default, you're defending and healing and that kind of stuff, that's more of a slow play in games. And by default, in most situations, right, this game just in its base design, obviously some villains throw that on its head. But in general, if like the game ends once you defeat the villain, which means getting his health down.
Yeah.
So the timer to the game, the end goal is damage, but you have threat, which is a clock on the game, and if you can deal with threat, you can buy yourself time to build up and deal that damage before you die. But then obviously Protection can help keep you alive longer to also keep you in the game. But if you're not dealing with threat, that timer just keeps going and you'll eventually lose. But if they've given Protection more cards, that helps them also deal with threat and also deal a little bit with damage and also kind of stay alive and defend yourself. I mean, that's good. It's a little more well-rounded.
Sean's here. Hi, Sean.
That's great. Okay, do solo two-handed. Okay, perfect. Hey, Sean.
Sean plays with his wife, Captain America, and Miss Marvel.
Captain America's great, but Miss Marvel is, at least from memory, she's like one of my favorite, like probably top 3 of what I've played. But I haven't played them all yet. But I remember she was amazing. I love Miss Marvel. She's a very good deck.
They play Captain as protection and Marvel as justice.
Oh, okay, okay.
It does grind, but with the defense events and the rule change, it's hugely different.
What? Yeah, what rule change? Hold on.
I think that's what they're talking about,
Oh,
where
okay.
you can play defense events without exhausting to defend.
Oh,
That's what we're kind of
that's
talking
what we were talking about before.
Yeah, we were talking
Okay.
about that at the beginning. Yes, because we didn't know that.
Ah, man. Okay. So that's affecting older cards too then. I thought it was just this card was like the first one that came out that did that stuff. I didn't realize it's affecting other cards too. Okay. I got to look back at the card pool.
Yeah. And Ryan also says Groot can defend for both players most turns and take under 10 damage the whole game. Wow. And still deals damage. That would be a good deck you would like, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be interested.
It's fun trying to keep the counters on him though. I love that little mini game of Groot getting counters to get more powerful, but then like they can possibly keep him alive, but you got to be careful when you flip that you don't get hit for damage because then you don't lose the counters, but then sometimes you want that to happen. I think it's very clever. Groot is a very clever design, and I do like the idea of him. But just playing this scenario was my only taste with him, and playing it a couple times, I was like, he is too slow. Too slow what I was doing. But you might have a better build that I maybe should be looking at, but that's really cool. Energy barriers are your best friend, prevents damage, and deals damage back. Yes, all cards that say defense. Yeah, that's in the brackets, right? That are like, like where it would say, hero action, bracket defense.
Yeah.
You now can play those, and it's considered a defend. So you can play them to protect somebody else, as long as you're in hero form, to play the hero action or hero interrupt, right? Or whatever. Hero interrupt, I think it usually is, right? That's cool.
Yeah, definitely
Thank
cool.
you, Sean. Yeah, we got to look at that. Okay. Have to look more into that.
Yeah, because I have to make sure I fully understand that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll look at some cards in the pool and we'll see some cards that we've played before that it probably will be super obvious once we see them. And then we'll be like, oh, yeah, we used to play that card all the time. Okay, now it makes sense. Miss Marvel has the sneak by, which doubles the thwart. So if you play clear the area, it does 2 × 2 for one scheme and 2 × 2 for another scheme.
Oh.
I love Miss Marvel Justice is awesome. Anybody Justice. I always try to play the Justice version of any hero I play. I'm a real big fan. Justice is my favorite aspect. Because I do like in this game the slow, keep the threat down, slowly get your engine out, put all your upgrades and your supports in play, become this super machine, a little engine going, and then you just like start smashing, clearing everything, and winning the game.
Yeah.
But not every villain likes that playstyle, will not let you get away with that. So, all right, for real, we're getting out of here this time. For real, we're getting out of here this time. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you all the support to the channel. Thanks to all our producers, supporters, fans of the channel who donate on Patreon or who click the join button down below and join us on YouTube as members. And all the producers that hang out in our producer Discord. Thank you so much, everyone, for supporting the channel. Thanks to everyone who joined us live. Thanks to those watching later. Not as much, but thank you, though, still. No, I'm just joking. But thank you, everyone who watched the video. Hit the like button, like I said. Leave comments down below. Let us know any recommendations on upgrades where you'd spend our 5 units each on market cards for the next episode, or any deck tweaks or deck lists or anything for Gamora or Star-Lord you want. Drop them in the comments below after the stream. And we'll see you guys on Saturday, I think at noon Eastern. Again, it's already up. You can set a reminder. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.